everybody. Welcome back to BareRose Garage. It's another Saturday and it's Father's Day. So, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. All of our fathers. Dean Stevenson, our Kiwi expert. What's going on, man? Looks like Twisted Mopar just won. Where is that? Just won my second round of Super Pro elimination. Sweet, man. Chris, good to see you again. I seen your comment on on the truck there in my thumbnail. Yeah, that's what a monster truck looks like with the load tires on it. I thought that was be a fitting picture for Father's Day this week. Hey, Robbie, what's going on? Hey, everybody knows what time it is around here on Saturday. It's time for time to stand still. Or whatever time that dang clock says. What's going on, man? Auto Salvage Outlaws. Well, I had a few things planned for this Saturday, but the plans fell through and I ended up working in the shop too long. As you can see, I've been under that 58 all day. I hear you, Dean. I'm right in that boat with you. So, what's everybody been working on this week? Or hanging out with, or just shooting the breeze with? Engine Light Garage. Good to see you, man. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. Yeah, and right back to you, too, man. Sidewinder. Great to see you again. Bad Tree Blake. What's going on, man? I don't know if you guys seen from my short, but I got some goodies come in finally. I've been working on this guy for about 6 months. He's held this tunnel ram over my head for about 6 months now. And I finally got the deal together and I got it solidified now. And it's now in my possession and it's going in the 58. So plans have changed again on the 58, but in a good way. Mohawk, always good to see you. Driving home soon? Just thought I'd say hi. Always great to see you, Mohawk 62. Envious Creations Car Club. I'm working on some beers. Hello, everyone. I just came in. I finally sat down and got me a cup of cowboy hand warmer. Mr. Leary, I'm an A55. Yeah, hole. I love that song by Dennis Leary. We could do a sing along on here, but yeah, I don't think that YouTube would like it much. Burning up some meat, huh? Good deal. Landon Custom Classics. Cousin Mike, what's going on, man? So what I've done so far is I took the tunnel ram and I took it all apart. I took the carbs off of it, separated it from the upper and the lower, and then I planed them out, stuck my straight edge across them, and stuck it on a plane of glass too to make sure that nothing is warped. Dealing with this old used aluminum stuff, yeah, things tend to kind of like to move, but I lucked out and everything is straight. So I just clean it up, and for some ungodly reason, they painted it black. So I'm going to take it up to the main shop, throw it in the blast cabinet, and get it back to bare aluminum and maybe polish it up a little bit. When you paint something like that flat black, it looks plastic. And that's just against my religion to put plastic up on a classic car. So it's got to change colors, which would probably just be polished right back. Get it down to the bare aluminum, and I'll just polish it up. So that's what I've been dealing with. And I noticed the carburetors got burn marks. It looks like it backfired pretty good and caught fire. Not extensive fire, but it's got a little charcoal. So yeah, I'll be buying some kits and going through it. Story on that tonal ram is the guy had it in a car and he got tired of fiddling with it, so he went EFI. Sold it to a friend of mine on the cheap, and well, he wanted me at first. He wanted me to wire his 68 Impala for it. I said, okay, I'll do it for that. Then he changed his mind. He said he wanted something else for it. And well, then he changed his mind again. And we've been working back and forth on this trade, like I said, for quite a while. Finally, the deal is done. I set the hook and it's in the shop. Let's see. While I was a babbling there, did I miss anybody? Shopcat Industries. Good to see you, man. And Mr. Willie Do It and Betty Don't. I love that channel name, man. 58 going 5x5 on the loud pedal. 2x4 anyway. And look at here, we got Dr. Art in the house. What's going on, man? I see you stepping up the game on the go-kart challenge there. That's pretty cool. And I agree with you too on that high torque electric motor that Uncle Tony gave you. Yeah, you're gonna have to have a live axle for that guy. New Guy's Guitar. Hey, look at there. I got your name right this time. What's going on, brother? I'll repost the link here. Ed's Machine. Ed, you were one of the first people I sent the picture to. Wheeling and dealing. Yep. That's the secret to building these things on a budget is your hot rod network. I've said it quite a few times in a lot of my videos, establishing a hot rod network and then just nurse that and keep it and feed it and just pet it and be friendly with it. And your hot rod network will come through for you. Buy, sell, trade, all of that. If you work it right, it takes a lot of time. But if you work it right, you can actually make money at the end. When you're up and driving the car, it'll actually make you money at the end. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of luck to get that far with it. taking off parts that you're not using, selling them, trading them for other things, and then if you're not using that part, then you trade up or you sell it, or you know the game. Let's see, where are we at here? Wendy, great to see you. Woo! Got something coming up there for the SRT, huh? Let's see, get caught up here. There we go. I think I'm caught up. My hot rod sunk after seeing all this power going. I wouldn't worry one bit about it. Auto salvage. Actually, with this build for the No Name Nationals, I'm actually focusing towards the burnout competition this year. If I got enough time to make the car ready for the track, I'll push it up through that way. But my focus point right now is just get the car good enough to burn them tires completely to the ground at the burnout competition. So she she's going to have a lot of bark, but I don't know how much bite she's going to have. I'll just put it to you that way. With only, what, 90 days left? Yeah, it's going to be a slamming fest now. Oh, Streetcar Chronicles is 40? Oh, sweet. Wish him a happy birthday for us all. And I'll catch that video right after I get off of here. Let's see. Let's jump over here. Where's that at? Right there. And we'll go ahead and pin that link right up to the top there. There we go. I got her pinned up there. If anybody wants to jump on in, go ahead and climb on in. We'll sit back, shoot the breeze, talk about whatever we're going to talk about. It's been a long time since I messed with tunnel ram, besides just lugging it around the shop. My dad's got one that it's the last thing he's got from his original hot rod. It actually used to sit in my bedroom, and I used to use it as a nightstand when I was growing up. He had a 55 Bel Air, two-door hardtop, and it was kind of built like a, well, early 70s street freak, I guess you could call it. But in the wintertime, some teenagers were doing, well, they were coming down our road way too fast. And roads were good and slick, and they lost it. And they started doing donuts in the middle of the street, and wham, they hit the 55 right in the door, T-boned it hard, bent the car in half, and slammed it into two more of our cars. Boy, it's very rare I see my dad that mad, but woo, that was the first time somebody made him madder than I ever did. So it killed the car. My dad, he pulled the motor, and luckily, when he pulled the motor, he separated the tunnel ram and brought it home, and he left everything else in the shop. And about 6 months to I think it was about 6 months later, somebody broke into the shop and stole a whole bunch of stuff out of the shop. He had a set of Fuley camel hump heads that was for that motor. They got away with that. All the speed parts that was in there, they ransacked his toolbox. It was a bad deal. But they didn't get to tunnel ram because it was in my bedroom at the house. We never did find out who broke into the shop. That was the second time my dad had gotten broke into. That shop was just kind of it was like a neighborhood hobby hangout hot rod shop. My dad was involved with two other guys, my sister's godfather and another good friend of the family, and they just kind of went in on the rented this old. It was like a 1930s, 20s, 30s gas station is what they rented, and it had two bays in it, little tiny bays though, and they just hang out in there and build hot rods. Sometime or another, I'll go by there and take pictures of the old shop. It's kind of neat. Hey, Brian, good to see you. The rear end actually looks pretty good. It's a 9 inch, but she is a one wheel peeler. 370 gears in it. I'd like them to be a little bit lower than that, but I'm thinking I've got another carrier, another complete carrier, and it's open too. And it's 370s. I'm thinking about Lincoln locking it and sticking that other carrier in it. Because the other one that I got, it's been outside for a while. It'll do just fine for this. It won't hurt my feelings none if I go to welding on it. So I might change the carrier uh, and Lincoln lock the other one. But 370s is the lowest I've got. Which for burnouts, it'll do all right for that. But other than that, yeah, it's the stock rear end is what it is. I was looking at it today, and I'm not going to do it for this year, but for next year, when I tear it down again, and actually go, like I said, for this year's No Name Nationals, the idea is just to get the car good enough for the burnout contest, maybe the track. But next year, I want to go in. I'm going to tub the rear end and step that up a little bit. I've got an 8.8, and it's got the limited slip in it, but they're high gears. Everything I got is highway gears. It's kind of strange now messing with track stuff because everything we build is just asphalt warrior stuff. So we build looking for, will this do highway speeds? Can I go from here to Boise, that's like 5.5 hours away, run it on the freeway and not run it like $5,000 the whole time? So this build is it's a little bit of a different for me. I've never done anything track dedicated. It's always been drivers. I'm gonna cheat on the burnout. I've got a line lock that I'm gonna put in it. That'll just make it easier. Run it up on the front brake, like you do, and you just step on the brake, you hit the button, let the brake off, and then you got nothing on the back, and just let them eat. Yeah, there goes Wyatt. Let's see what we got. Yep, we're burning down the tires. Good to see you, Lakes Automotive. uh, yeah, one way to do that is to run an open diff and then get you a set of steering brakes and disc brakes. Disc brakes will hit hard. We used to do that in the sandrails. What was it, Jamar or Jammer? I always liked the dual stick though. When I was sand dragging, steering brakes are two separate brake handles that you pull one and it'll stop one rear tire. So you can turn on a dime. Boy, you can do some good cookies with them. Because you just reach over and lock up one back tire and you just let her have it, and woof, she'll come right around on you. But when I was sand dragging, I'd come up and, well, and my rear end was starting to get a little loose. So I had to do this. I'd come up and stage in, and I'd grab both handles of the steering brakes, and they're only for the back brakes, but I'd pull those back, and I'd ease the clutch just a little bit and take the slop out of the rear end. I could feel the rear end set, and then I'd give it a little bit more, and I'd load the rear end with the steering brakes, holding it like that. That way I could work the clutch, and then using my hand brakes that way. And because it was an open diff too, that, I could work my fingers to keep it locked up, and I could load my rear end that way. It's a little tricky. It takes a little time to get the hang of it, but oh Lord, that was a lot of fun. The weight of that car will eat the rears up. The reason I'm choosing this car, it's actually lighter than that Dart. It's 100 pounds under what that Dart weighs. and I've stripped a whole bunch more out of it. Those 58 Ford 300s are actually extremely light. They were, they were almost 400 pounds lighter than the Chevys. That's why Ford used the Ford 300 in NASCAR. And it's the first old car that I know of that uses a plastic dash. The top of the dash is all metal, but all the gauge insert and all of that stuff, it's all plastic. Just got home from the hospital. Oh man, I sure hope you're doing okay there, Beamer. 5 times. Good Lord Almighty. Well, we're all sending our best to you there, buddy. I'm glad you're on here and typing away. That's a good sign. Heal up, man. Dana 80 354 gears. Those Dana 80s. Whew. Dana 80s. That was heavy. Yeah. We're all glad to hear that you're doing okay there, man. 6%. Good to see you, man. Whoo, doggy, now you're talking. The 312 F code. Man, I would love to find one of them. I'm slowly gathering the pieces together to do a clone of one. And the 430 male, now you're talking my language right there. Oh, man. In 1957, NASCAR got banned for life on the supercharger. They didn't ban Ford, they banned the supercharger. And that's what the F code is. And Dale Earnhardt's dad, Ralph Earnhardt, drove one. And that's where Dale Jr.'s number come from, number 8. That was Ralph's number. And it was on a hot pink 57 Ford. And boy, Ford was eating them up. As long as they stayed running. I love the Y block. Uh, uh, but there's a reason they quit using the Y block. That pump and trickle oil system just crazy. It's actually very reminiscent of the old flathead oiling system. And why they stayed with it, I don't know, because they had problems with it back with the flathead. It's good to see you got your spirit still there, Beamer. Like I said, we're all pulling for you, brother. Yeah, like I said, I got the link posted there. I'm pretty sure it's still posted. I better go over and check. Yeah, I got the link posted up there. If anybody wants to come on in, come on in. We'll shoot and see what happens. Hey, Travis, what's going on, brother? Like I said, I had a whole bunch more planned for tonight's live, but I ended up spending too much time out in the shop. I didn't even wash my dang face. Just like the IVR electrical system, Ford loves to use old stuff. For that's that's always been Ford's drawback too. They'll get a design and then they run with it forever. Like the twin I-beam. Good Lord, they kept that forever. That was what, 62? Clear into the late 90s? 90. Well, I got a 95 out there that's still twin I-beam. Good Lord, they kept that forever. Yeah, you're more than welcome. Come on in. Sweet. Been rolling around old Red, huh? Sounds like you got that sniper working pretty good. They really are pretty simple systems. I'm not a real huge Holly fan, per se. I prefer Edelbrock, to tell you the truth. Again, because I do drivers, not racers. But when it comes to aftermarket EFI, you can tell that Holly has shifted its focus point. Holly still does carburetors, but you can tell they switched their focus point and they're perfecting that. And they're doing a pretty good job. But I've never played with duals. I've only done singles. Went from a 35 to a 24. Is that because of the EFI now? They do change a little. Just the way the whole throttle body EFI comes in. Oh, it's just more drivable. Yeah, 3,500 stall on the street. Yeah, pain in the butt. That's one more piece of the puzzle that I haven't got yet. But I got a couple of leads and I'm going to hit them up Monday night. I'm still in the search for a top loader, Ford top loader, 4-speed. basically Ford's version of the Muncie. I've got a bell housing for one, but I don't have the actual transmission. And I've got a clutch and a brand new competition clutch and a brand new flywheel for it. Thanks for stopping in, Ed. Great to see you tonight. And take care out there. And happy Father's Day, man. That clutch we've had and the flywheel we've had for quite a while. It was gonna be for a rock crawler, and the guy backed out, and Dad ended up with it, and he gave it to me. But it's set up for an internal balanced 460. I guess in those years they didn't offer the standard to the internal balanced 460. Everything was automatic. So you had to buy a flywheel for an external balanced, and then we took it in and had it balanced, zero balanced, shaved the weights off of it, and then balanced the clutch to the flywheel while I was at it. It's an expensive clutch setup with no home now because, well, you play with standards, not too many people do that anymore. But for the first year, it's going automatic. I'm just going to stick that C6 in it, and it's going just like it is. I've got about 4 pedal assemblies. I can change it back over to a standard later. I got to cut the hump in this car anyway, so it don't matter to me. That's the beauty of having a car that's just, too far gone for restoration. You can do whatever you want to do with them. And that's why I'm not messing with that Dart no more, because that Dart was just in too good a shape. I couldn't hurt it. So now well, right now it's pushed out back because I need shop space, but I'm just going to put that other slant 6 back in it. I'm going to swap the cranks over though to the early style. It's got the bigger torque converter. Tip of my tongue. Alignment on the end of the crank.
What's up?
Hey, Travis, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much. Been working on old red the last couple days.
Sweet. Get the torque converter back in it, or?
Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. I never actually pulled the transmission out from underneath the truck. I just dropped it down the jack, swapped the converter out, and bolted it back up. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, you're asking about the sniper. Truck's running great. And then I'm doing the EFI tuning school online, so I'm learning a lot of that stuff too.
They're pretty simple.
Until you get kind of into the actual tuning of it, because they're not really self-tuning; they're self-correcting.
They kind of adjust from where you set them at.
Yeah. So it's not bad. I was gonna post some videos about the different screens and stuff that I've been looking at and changing. But
What distributor are you running with that?
well, I just ordered the HyperPack system,
Yeah.
and that'll actually control. It'll allow me to control the timing through the sniper. Because right now I'm still using my 6AL programmable box and my MSD distributor. So I want to be able to control everything on the laptop. But what I'm loving about it is you go out there like today after I got done, the truck had been sitting for about 3 or 4 days. And I put everything back together and just hit the key and it fires right up.
Sweet.
I mean, it's like a new car. And then last week, when I drove up to Memphis, it was like a 60-mile round trip. I got 13 miles a gallon
Really?
running on the freeway. Yeah,
What was
I
you
was
getting at the carb?
about eight,
Eight?
9. Yeah. So
You notice any difference in throttle response or anything?
it's a lot snappier.
It's snappier.
Yeah, and it's smoother when you take off. So I still got to kind of get the cold start and stuff. It's still a little wonky on the cold start. So I got to tune that. I got to tune through that to get it to where it's giving it enough fuel at enough RPM to where it's not struggling. So it's all just. I still have like what I think 60 videos to go through.
I've
They're
got a
about
bunch too.
and they're about 20 minutes of video for this training course.
I got 2 cards to go through now. Beamer, I tried to let you in there. It looks like you're having some internet trouble or something.
Yeah, it
All I
wouldn't
see
load
is
as.
the.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was wanting to load.
Might try to jump out and then jump back in. See if it kicks it in
Yeah.
again.
Well, I'm finally back to like a regular schedule, so I have some time off. I gotta work. I gotta work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I have my 7 days off. So I'll be able to get the Caltrax put on and replace that front crank seal. That blew out on that trip. I got up the next morning. I had oil all over the place, and I was like, "This engine doesn't leak oil. Where is it coming from?" Is that front main seal? So got to replace that. It's always something, right?
Ah,
So how close are you to getting a car to bring to No Name?
whew.
That far, huh?
Woo. I'll put it to you this way. I think uh, Big Mike is closer to me again.
Wow. I mean,
It's going to
it's
be a 90 for 90 push for sure.
wow. I might end up because I don't know if I'm going to be able to have time to work on my white truck or not, or have the money for a trailer. So I might just end up driving red. I'm planning on putting 323 gears in it, so I'll be able to cruise on down the highway at 65, 70 mile an hour. So
You've only got a 3-speed, right?
yeah,
No overdrive.
no overdrive. But I've been kind of looking at different options to help that, and I'm thinking about maybe going with like a 29 and a half or 30-inch tire, and then the 323s, and that should get me almost to 70 miles an hour at 2,500 RPMs. So that's not really breaking a sweat on the motor.
That's how we used to do it. You want to drop gear ratio, you put the 14s on.
Yep.
Drive it around town, have fun, you put the 15s on it.
Well, I was planning on being here for a while, but it looks like we got company showing up, so
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to get off of here.
A happy Father's Day to you, man.
Happy Father's Day to you, BareRose, and everybody else in the chat. Happy Father's Day. It's tomorrow. Remember, ties and Old Spice. But I'll catch you later, BareRose.
Good seeing you, man.
Later.
Oh, Beamer, I keep trying to let you in. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's an internet connection or what, but all I get on my end here is just that spinning circle of death or whatever you want to call it. Unfinished project. What's going on, man? Yeah, I got the link up there if anybody wants to pop on in. Just a nice, easy, casual hangout. The circle of life. That's better. I like that one better. I'm getting the boat ready. Maybe decent weather tomorrow. Sweet. It was kind of nice today, but good golly, that wind was coming up. We had big wind gusts. It's kind of overcast, but wasn't too hot and it wasn't too cold. But it was really windy today. Hopefully tomorrow the wind dies. World of Wood Chats. What's going on, brother? Makes IT guys holler for joy. uh, that's what my son-in-law does. Well, that and internet security or something like that. I don't know. He's he he's into this computer stuff. It is way over my head. I think the first modification I'm going to do to this computer tower is I'm going to mount a couple of studs up on the top of it. I'm gonna mount a carburetor on top of this computer of mine. Maybe a couple of them. I know it won't do anything, but it'll just give me peace of mind to reach up there with a screwdriver and adjust this computer a little bit. Sounds like the Englishes are getting the same kind of weather we are. Is Don still in West Virginia? British Leland. Oof. That was an example of how not to run a car company. Oh man. And their earlier stuff was actually pretty doggone good. But by the time the 70s were over, even towards the late 70s, British Leland just kind of tripped and fell over their own shoelaces. Tell him we're all thinking of him. Oh, look at this. We got some royalty in the house. Hey, what the buck?
How the fuck are you doing there, BareRose? That's a pretty good one, royalty.
What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. I was just out in the garage messing around and watching you on the TV, and I thought, hey, I go in and say hi to him. So here I am. Hi. I shut down a little early tonight because first responder was starting his truck up.
Oh, how'd it go?
It started. It ran
Did it
kind of
start?
rough. He got it running. Yeah. It's a runner. Yeah.
I'll go back and catch him on the rewatch.
Yeah. So and everybody wanted to see that anyway. I'm like, well, I was done with all the reviews by then anyway. So what I did is I put his live up on my live. So we were watching his live from my live. Yeah. Yeah. Then mine dwindled down to about 5 people or whatever, and I just say I rolled out. But he had already had it started, and he just wanted to get it to bark off, really. You know.
I feel for him because, oh man, I have been in those situations so many times.
Oh, me too. But it's kind of brave to stick it on alive. Because last time, man, he took a lot of abuse over that.
Oh Lord.
That was funny. Maybe at least he has good spirits, though. He can take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a heck of a cool guy. You ever get the chance to meet First Responders Garage, Damien? He is one cool guy.
Yeah, he camped right next to us at the No Name Nationals, and then he was over sitting with us and stuff.
So how's the CRUDA coming?
Good. I'm really pleased where I'm at. Really pleased. Uncle Buck, hello, World of Woodchip. But I'm ready to put the windshield back in. You know, and some people, one viewer says, "Man, you got a whole lot of other steps to go before you get the windshield in." And I'm like, "Well, I want to drive it."
You got glasses. You'd be all right.
That's what unfinished project said. He said, "I thought I was going to see you take it for a test drive with goggles, right?" So then LP 94 puts a little short out driving down the road with goggles on. Oh my God, was that funny? I was looking for goggles today because I was going to do a short with goggles, but I didn't have any. Must have got rid of them all.
I think the only goggles I got left are for the cutting torch.
Yeah,
That just wouldn't work right.
yeah. Well, you need them goofy ones, because that's what LP had. Them goofy ones. I would even taken them ones that you put over your glasses. The big wide ones, but I didn't have those either.
Those big old Bill Nye the Science Guy ones.
Yes, I would have put those on and sat. I would have got the because I didn't have the steering column in yet. Well, I got it in now though, but I would have had the steering wheel like this, and
Get you a Snoopy hat.
yeah,
Yeah.
I need a Snoopy hat, yeah. But yeah, that was fun.
It's
Got the
looking really
cat,
good though, Buck.
huh?
It's looking really good. You're doing
It
a really
is. I
good
mean,
job.
I surprised myself really because when I first took that one piece of metal out and said, "There ain't no turning back now," I was like, "My God, am I going to get this? Am I even going to finish this?"
I had to laugh when I seen your trick when you put the flashlight under it.
Oh yeah,
I used to do the same thing.
yeah. I never all them other ones I did. I never thought about it till that day, and I'm like, "Man, why did you know?" It's kind of crazy how some of them ideas come up and say, "Why didn't I think of that before?"
And then you just cut the tape and then you stick it right on the
On the metal, yeah.
flat metal and then you just cut around it. Yeah.
Right. I cut it a little bit bigger because of mistakes on, you know. And then what I do is I have my little die grinder there, and I just cut away at it. You know?
Or a flapper.
Or well, I have my
They work really good for just trimming a little bit off.
that's what I have. I have a flapper on my die grinder, on my angle grinder.
Uh-huh.
They have the little 2-inch flap wheels. That's what I use. 36 grit. But I kept saying that how many times now that that rust is just a snowball. You know, like if I would have taken that whole floor out, I would have had so much more to do. You know, I mean, I did look underneath it; it looks pretty solid, but you know how it is. And you see something that's a little iffy. Well, I'm going to change it since I'm here. You know.
Everybody that comes to me saying, can you weld up this little spot right here? It's just a little pinhole.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's all you can see. But
Yeah.
that little bitty pinhole is probably that big.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's how the one when I did the light was only two little. There was two little ones like that. Once I start digging at it, you know.
Yeah, it's a can of worms.
Oh my God, yeah. But well, I'm like I said before, I'm back to where I started from, at least. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The steering column back in, the brake pedal. I still have to. Well, I would have to put a new master cylinder stuff on there anyway. But now all I need is an engine, rebuild the transmission.
You going to the 440?
I would like to because 70 CUDA 440 it sort of matches. I mean, but there's there's 440s or there's CUDAs out there with 340s in them and stuff. I also
340s are, I don't know about around there, but 340s, they're tough to come by.
oh yeah they're out there, but you pay a lot of money
Oh
for them.
Lord, yeah.
But I also thought that my guy at work says, "Man, I'd love to see a modern Hemi in that car." I'm like, "Well, I would too, but man, that's it. It just doesn't fit the nostalgia part of it, you know."
Right there, yeah.
That's what I was thinking, and
Yeah,
so
open the hood on that. You want to see chrome, metal.
yeah, not a big piece of plastic.
Exactly.
Well, I love the fuel injection and stuff and the computerized stuff.
Uh-huh.
So that I would love that, but I don't think it fits that car. I mean, some people do that, but in my eyes, it don't fit it. And another reason I like 440 is my brother had one when I was a kid. Yeah, that's exact same car, a 70 CUDA with a 446 pack, and I just always wanted one. And then this one came around, and years ago I said, "Man, I'm never going to buy a car that needs a whole lot of work again. I'm just going to buy one that's done." Right? and look at where I'm at. Yeah. My gosh. So watch what you wish for.
But in order to find these, that's kind of what you got to deal with.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless you want to pony up some big bucks.
Oh, big
on a
bucks. Yeah,
big
60,
gamble.
70 grand. I mean, there's I've seen some of them out there that are torn apart and they want 28. You know?
Yeah. And I've seen some of them that are really nice and shiny until you look under them.
Oh yeah. Well, I bought this one sight unseen, so when I picked it up, I got what I got. You know, I even said to my nephew on the way up there, I says, because he wanted to go along, and I said to him, I says, well, we're either going to be able to fix this one, or it's going to be an expensive lawn ornament.
Oh, hubby, I got your text. Yeah, I could meet you out on the freeway if you want. You'll be packing a 30-foot trailer. Maybe give me a call when you get to Pocatello, and I'll meet you at Fort Hall Reservation Casino. They do a pretty good lunch there. If you want, yeah, I'll meet you there. That's the easiest one I can think of that, packing that big of a trailer would be easy in and out for you. He's on his way up this way to his property in Montana, and he goes right by my house as he goes by.
Oh, really?
Well, on the freeway. The freeway's a little ways away, but
All right, but I mean, well, now when I stopped to see the one-eyed cat, right? He said, "Yeah, I'm right off of Route 15, which is the freeway, right?" And I'm thinking, well, yeah, he's probably 6, 7 blocks back out, or or a mile out. No, he was like 3 blocks from the highway. I was like, boom, 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 I was there.
I'll just throw the leg out on the freeway. When you feel the bump, pull her over.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Thanks, Mike.
That's backwards from what you do. It's $2
$2
from a
for a
buck,
buck.
and you saying $2 for a buck. Buck does information technology too. IT. Buck does it. Get it? But the guys at work said you ought to call it Buck knows it. Put your finger on your nose. Buck knows.
Well, wasn't you saying that your first name, or you tried to do Buck did it,
Buck did it. Yeah, yeah.
but somebody had already got it or something?
Somebody already had it, and I didn't think I could. I thought, well, I didn't like that, so I went Buck does it. Then when I first started, you look up Buck does it, you get deer antlers,
Yeah.
and then doe, you get the female deer. But it was because where I got that from is when I go to the grocery store, I mess with the ladies at the counter or the register, right? And they'll say, "Here you go, it's blah blah blah, 269 or whatever, And I was, "Hey, I did it." And they put the credit card in, and it goes. And I says, "Hey, I did it," and they never. I'm just looking for a reaction, and some people don't even react. But I said, "Hey, Buck did it."
I always put the card in, and then I reach up like I'm pulling the slot
Oh, do
machine.
you?
And when it gets approved, I say, pineapples.
Pineapples. Oh man, I never thought of that. I'll have to try that. Some are pretty good. Other ones are just miserable or ornery or whatever. I don't know what they are, but can't even get a smile out of them. Yeah, I tried to do that on the phone, $2, right? And it
Uh-huh.
won't. You have to do $1.99, $2.99, $3.99. You know?
Really?
Yeah, it won't do it on the phone. You can't go to even numbers. I'm like, oh, I don't understand that one.
Huh. I've never tried it on the phone.
When I'm at work, um, I have to use my phone,
Uh-huh.
especially with the lives, because now I do have a laptop that I use at work, but it won't allow me to comment on any videos or watch live streams. Now I can watch YouTube videos, but I
But
can't
no
comment on them.
lives.
Huh?
Some kind of lockout they got for the work.
Yeah. It's all about the security. I understand. I mean, I'm at work and I'm watching YouTube. It's it is frowned upon. But I'm in maintenance, so there's like 3 days this week I didn't do anything the whole time I was there, and then the next day it was a madhouse. I was out there out on the floor all day, or all night rather. So it all comes out in the wash.
They still got you on a little crazy schedule, or are you a little more got a
No,
little more time?
I'm uh I'm on a 8 hour schedule, second shift 2 to 10, Monday to Friday, and then what I do, I sign up for the overtime because it's available, and it's helping me pay for all of this stuff. Actually, not helping me; it is paying. Yeah, yep. All my overtime just since January paid for everything.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's the only reason. Plus, I'm used to working overtime. I'm always used to working doing something. Uh, but I'm starting to get, I'll be 62 in a couple of weeks, and I'm starting to get that retirement itch. I don't want to work anymore. But I come home and work all the time. I work harder at home than I do at work. You're right. So I don't know what the hell's wrong with me there. Because at least when I go to work, I get paid.
Well,
I
see,
work.
now you're up there and coming now, so now you're going to get paid to do your own thing now.
Yeah, I think I got like $46.26 on my monetization so far.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah, it's a couple cents here, a couple cents there, and
Yeah.
I got one video that keeps climbing. I don't understand it. It was that HVAC uh, blend door motor from last year, right? It's still going.
It's always the craziest, stupidest ones that
Yeah,
it's usually the one that you didn't think about. You said, oh, I got to do a video. Let's go ahead and do this one.
yeah,
Those
and
are usually the ones that take off.
I think that's what it was too, because I had to change the motor. I thought I might as well do a video of it. I'm doing it anyway, right? And it was a tough one because I was under the dash, and the fat guy under the dash don't work very well. But a couple guys were commented on it, and yeah, I don't know. I had a couple of just past week. I had a couple of subscribers say, "Hey, love the content. I just subscribed. Love the content." I'm like, "Wow."
And you've been cruising, buddy. You got it.
Yeah, I get a couple of subs every 2 days or so. I just went to 35. Well, I was at 35.20 this morning, and then I was at 35.19 a little earlier ago. But I just looked in February. I was only at 3,100 or something. So that's like 400 since February.
Sweet.
You know, and it's not like I'm trying to get them. I put the shorts out. I was putting shorts out of the progress on the Cruda, um, and then I put a long form video out, and the one guy commented, he said, "Man, it's good to see a long term video or a long form video of the progress." So I've been trying to do one of those every week now because I was sick there for a few weeks. I didn't do anything. I did get a short out every day though. even even though I was on my deathbed, I still got a short out.
drag yourself out there and just put
Yeah,
the
oh
phone up. Okay,
yeah,
drag back in.
yeah, yeah. Well, I was even then. What I would do is I go back on one of my older videos and just dig a little clip out of there,
Yeah.
you know, and then make a short out of it. But there's 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 always a little short video you can make. I mean, I used to think. Remember when stuff with Cletus said that? He said, "Try shorts; they work."
Uh huh.
Do 50 shorts in 50 days. I thought, I think I can do that, right? So that's how I got started with it. And I
Heck, you
remember
hit
I was,
one car show. There's your 50 shorts right there.
oh my God, yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm bucking everywhere tonight. You know what else I learned too? Just the other day, I when you do a live from your phone on YouTube, like I had my phone vertical, right? And I started the live, so I thought I could flip it horizontal, and it won't let you.
Yeah, it just goes.
Yeah, it takes you this way. Yeah. So so Mater says, he says, yeah, you forgot to read the instructions. So the other day I thought, well, I'm going to try this out. Right, it was 7:30 in the morning. I thought nobody's going to be out here this time and jump on the live. So I tried it out. 8 people show up. So I did a little short 17-minute video. But what I did was I started the live horizontally, and it stayed horizontal. It wouldn't let me go the other way then, which
It
I thought
locks
was,
it once you start.
yeah. Once you hit the go live, it locks it onto where your camera is. You know,
I did a test one with my phone, but I can't see the comments. It's
right? Yes. You can. I didn't figure that one out yet either, but you can actually turn your video feed off and just have comments there.
uh huh.
Just as long as you know where the frame is. But I haven't figured that one out. I don't use my phone much.
Yeah.
And just like the one night I was trying to jump on ASO's live, and on the way home from work, and here StreamYard, you have to use Safari, because I always use Google, you know, but you have to use StreamYard on the Safari in order to make it work.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm trying. It says, your browser doesn't work or isn't set up or something. Go to settings. I go there. I can't. I couldn't get it to go.
I use, what is it? The Microsoft one, whatever that is. Explorer.
Uh huh.
That's the browser I use.
Yeah, it's called the Edge now or something, right? Like
Yeah,
Microsoft
something like that.
Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I always use, and then, um, but on my phone, and then I tried it one night on somebody else's, but I was at work. I couldn't jump in, but I was in the background. All I had to do was hit Enter Studio, you know, and but do you and Landon share the same father? Always starts with a fight.
Yeah, that's my problem too. Uh, my phone is about dead.
Yeah, and my phone, I have the iPhone 13, and apparently it doesn't have uh, the enhancement. What do they call it? Stabilization. The video when I'm doing a live on my phone, it shakes around a lot. So it looks like I got to upgrade my phone.
I have almost 2,000 views on a short of Dennis pouring fuel through a rag today. he forgot his
Forgot his
phone.
phone. I never
I've
did
done that
that.
before.
I've never done that. I guess it would just follow the rag, right?
Yeah. It still makes a little bit of a mess, but not nearly the mess for
All right, if you didn't use
without it.
anything. Well, Sam, it's priorities, dude. You want a race car or you want a phone?
Exactly.
I know, I want both.
That's why I still run around with that or $70
Yeah.
burner phone. That's all I use for this.
He wants the car. He said, "The hell with the phone." New guy's guitar is using the shaky cam. Well, I didn't know it was shaky until I went and watched the video afterwards. You know, I thought, because I was just talking into the camera, walking around, and it was shaking pretty good.
I wish GoPro would have had a designated external mic
Yes, yes, and they don't.
instead of
I think the newer ones, I think you can get one, but I'm not positive on that.
it has a designated mic jack on the newer ones.
No, I think it uses one of them USB ports, but you can use an external mic.
Cool.
You
Because that
know,
was always the drawback of them.
yeah,
Well, that and they overheat and they don't like the cold and
right. Because when I was at the racetrack, my GoPro overheated like 4 or 5 times. My phone actually overheated 3 times. I had to wait till the sun goes down. I wanted to do a live from the drag race.
yeah, my phone is super shaky. I gotta hold it.
Yeah, me too, Sam. I lived more than half my life. We didn't have a phone in my house until I was in 7th grade. We used to have to go downtown with a nickel or a dime or whatever it was and use the payphone.
And to call the town 20 miles away, it was long distance, like a
Yeah,
buck and a half a minute.
look at that. Our auto salvage is looking for another car already. I think JB might be right. That wasn't his. That wasn't his T-bird he's been working on. That's somebody else's. We'll never know. He's supposed JB told him to take a picture of it with him and standing in front of it, but he never added the newspaper.
Yeah, auto salvage. If you still want to do the call out, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that 58. That 302, she'll walk right with it. Probably walk away from it. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
it's only 106 less than what first responder has. You'll do fine. I may end up bringing my 6-cylinder again. All depends on if that when that block gets back here. I'm thinking another 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That'll take
Really.
me in the beginning of July. I could probably have it together middle of July, ready to go in. If that happens, I'm going to go for it.
A big block Skylark.
Big block buck. Yeah, or big buck 455. I think they call me. But so with both of these cars, it'll be a big block buck, right?
You're in the big bucks now.
Big bucks and big blocks, and yes, and I ain't like I never had big blocks before, but not that I never raced around with them. No, most of the big blocks I had were in the big boats. You know, the umpteen Cadillacs I had, and never had a Lincoln though. I had a few 460s, 390. Um, then the
You can find
472s
a
and the 500s.
71,
Huh?
71 or a 72 Lincoln Mark. Woo.
Oh, I like the 69 Lincoln. The one that had the 15-foot hood on them, and then they just had the trunk was shaped the like the spare tire.
Uh-huh.
Um, was
The
that a Mark or was
Continentals.
that a? I think that was a Mark III or something like that.
That's what mine was a Mark.
Yeah, all my big blocks were in trucks. No, I had a '78 Ford F-150 that we took the 351 modified out and put a 400 in it or 460 in it. That was a fun truck. It was a 4 speed, with the granny gear. I mean, you never had a downshift with it either, no matter what was going on.
That's what was cool about the 460. It just had so much bottom end torque that
Oh my!
that's what it's built for.
Yeah, and that was 4 wheel drive, so I used to go out in the mountains with it too, and you just put it in low gear and just let the clutch out, and it'll crawl up a freaking wall.
Now I think we're still above 90, but yeah. What is the orange paper at now? I'm scared to look.
I haven't I thought it was 96 days. I can go find out.
460 Mustang. Whoa.
God, hang on. Yeah, we had a guy that had a 454 in a Jeep CJ, right?
Good
And
Lord.
yeah, it almost killed him. The freaking throttle stuck to the floor on him. Yeah,
A 302 barely fits in them.
I know, but he had a 454 stuffed in there. Yep, just lost the sub again.
Right time to buy crap like this is in the 80s. The good old Buick GS and GSX.
Yeah, I never really liked those much until recently. Oh, they're pretty cool looking cars. I know the one parts guy or one parts place I used to deal with. He had a Buick GS, a white one with I think was it red stripes. I don't know, but he'd only bring it out in certain times though.
Landon used to have a convertible Skylark. It was a 60, 68, 67 or 68. That was like that red and white. Beautiful car.
Well, last night it was 97. Oh yeah, that's right. Right. He was on Tony's Hot Rod Garage last night, and at 12 o'clock he put the 96 card up. Now I remember. Yeah, because I just looked at his live from last night. It had 97 on it, and he jumped in the live. He said, "I just wanted to come in here and change my number."
Yeah, Fox body ain't got shock towers. But that doesn't make it easy.
Yeah, I just reading one of my comments. I the dashboard in that Cuda was all cracked up really bad. Right, I went to go cut V's in it with a knife, and the plastic just cracked apart.
Exploded. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get in there with a die grinder and just melted the stuff out of there and put Bondo in all the cracks. And just smoothed it out the best I could because it's all warped and it's a mess. And I thought, well, hey, it'll look better than cracks. So then I had some vinyl paint left, right? So I painted with the vinyl paint, and I thought, it looked okay. But uh, JB gave me the tip about it. He said, why don't you try using that Flex Seal, right, for the dash?
Uh huh.
The rubber. Yeah, man, did that come out nice?
Did it?
Yeah. Well, that video I just put out today, it'll show you, but it came out real nice. And same with the, I said the ready to install the windshield. You could see the dashboard in the background, but it gave it a texture too, and then all the cracks are like it's like rubber there too, so it has movement.
So it doesn't hard bind and crack away
Right.
again.
Yeah. 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 I was surprised. Looks good. It'll be a good 40-footer. When you're close up to it, you can see all the warpage and some of and where I did the Bondo. I didn't worry about feathering it. I just cleaned the edges up and sprayed her down. Back like a vertebrae. Who's that? Chris.
Back in the house.
Back in the house.
What's going on, man? Smoke
Hey.
French Garage. What's going on?
Yeah, he's number one on the 500 list now.
Where's he at sub count wise?
465, I believe.
465.
Yep.
You'll have it in no time, brother.
Yeah, he's been coming up pretty good. Another one that's been moving along good is that technician Troy and Muscle and Cars or something like that. His name is. He's a friend of Blue Collar Performance. Oh God.
460 and the 351M. I'll drop right in, huh?
I think it did. I don't remember anymore. I think, yeah. I know I had to do something with the clutch, with the throw bearing, the input shaft housing there, bearing housing. I think I had to cut it a little bit off the front of it because it was hitting the clutch plate. Man, that was a long time ago. That was 1993, I think.
You'll get it, Blake.
Trying to hit that 5K list. Well, Buff just went up over. He's probably closer to $6,000 now. And Dr. Art took a shot again too. Another 1,700 anyway.
The other day I was watching, it was when Doc Art, Uncle Tony went over to Doc Art to drop off that
I missed that one, but go
starter
ahead.
motor for his go-kart. And I was watching that, and I was watching along, and I looked down, and I seen, whoa, like what, 300,000 subscribers or something? Wow, Doc, you shot way up there. And oh, it's Uncle Tony's.
Yeah.
But they were on screen together. I thought it was
Yeah.
Doc's channel.
Buff's at 559. Yeah, he shot right past me. And so did Irish. Irish shot past. And Punisher's been climbing pretty good too.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
And It's always been a first responder. First responder's been digging in. How about Shopcat? He had that one video and he gained like three or 400 subs out of it.
Yeah, I got a little room up there. And I've got stickers for y'all too. They're kind of little, but they're a whole lot better than my other ones were.
Yeah, I just
If you guys want any of these, just look at my homepage. My email is on there in the About section. Just throw me an email and I'll drop these in the envelope for you.
I'll have to remember to email you because I just looked at the buck. I had the buck up. I was messing with the rear brakes today, and that last sticker I had on there, I even had some crazy glue on it trying to hold it on, and it's gone. It's gone. There's just a little bit of white paper hanging in there. I'm gonna have to put a windshield in that now too, because they had a little crack come up out of the left of the front windshield, and then it started going over this way, and now it comes straight up in between my eyes. I thought, damn, I probably could have raced with it before that. So
Yeah, I found on those 460s, you look for the ones in the pickups, the two-wheel drive pickups. They're a lot easier to get into tight places than the cars. And for the automatic. The car's got the ribs that run all the way to the top and all the way about halfway down. So you got to really have a lot of tunnel for them. But they're a lot stronger.
I did one of those 460 fuel injected to carburetor things one time. That Landon guy is only one away from 279K or 2.79K.
Yeah, that right there is the drawback of the 460. She's heavy.
Heavy, yeah. Yeah, that's what that. I think it was Sam said it. One of his buddies put a 460 in a Mustang and couldn't steer it. Who's that? 6%.
6% in the house.
That's the rambling man.
Yeah, rambling, chambling, man.
Yeah. I see Pickle had a live last night. I missed that one.
Holy crap! It went and went and went, and it just got goofier and goofier and goofier. It was a hell of a lot of fun.
Oh, good. Yeah, I wanted to jump on because I didn't have to worry about making noise last night.
Yeah, we had Rescued and Restored, who's a Canadian channel, and his wife were going back and forth in the comments. They were in the same room watching us on a big screen on their phones, commenting. It was hilarious.
Let's see.
And Landon made his year anniversary on this earlier this week. That was nice to spend a little time on his live chat. So,
yep, I hit a year back in March sometime.
Yeah, mine was in April. So,
and it was May 3rd is when I joined the No Name Nationals last year. So that's only a year and a month. A little over a year and a month.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year for me.
I know. I was trying to tell them that I only had 100 subscribers on May 24th last year.
I was somewhere around 200 when I joined the No Name.
Right.
I think it's climbing. Like I said, I've got the watch hours, just don't have the subscribers yet. So
they'll come.
Yeah. It just seems like everybody else is the reverse. It's weird. So
yeah, I was reverse. I was when I hit my 1,000, I only had 779 or something like that watch hours.
Yeah, because I was watching Buff and Punisher's live stream on Thursday, and he's got what 5,000 subscribers. He doesn't have the watch hours yet. I was quite surprised at that.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, you mean no? Buff has the watch hours, doesn't he?
Buff does. Punisher has like 5,000
No,
subscribers, but doesn't. He said he didn't have the watch hours yet. I was surprised. I figured he would have been
no
before that.
Punisher only. I think Punisher has like 2,000 or 1,700 or something.
Okay. Whatever. I was quite
Yeah,
surprised. I figured they would be
yeah.
more in line.
Mostly that's guys that are focusing on long form.
Right.
You'll get your watch hours pretty easy.
Yeah, I didn't start shorts until about 2 months ago. I'd only done long stuff.
Yeah.
And the
That's a lot.
key is to hit that 8-minute mark. Try to make them 8 to 10 minutes.
It's funny. I've always done better with about 20. My shorter stuff doesn't get the watches for some reason. It's weird. It seems like all my crap seems to be weird. Like it doesn't follow the same. Because I've tried to vary it and do things and change. Really adjust and move as I learn stuff and learn. Because you guys are both great resources, and I don't see the same. It's weird. I don't know.
I say the 8-minute mark because that's when you can have all the ads
Okay.
in all the ad opportunities in. So as long as you're over that mark,
Okay, I gotcha.
then later on, YouTube is able to put whatever ads they want or can fit into it.
Okay.
So
I thought you meant
you'll
like
make
try to be
more.
between 8 and 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
And if you're focused on long form, they slowly get more and more. You can expand your time as long as your retention is good.
Yeah. I've really just tried to focus on the story. I want a beginning, middle, and an end in the video. And then it is what it is. I always go back and cut. I always tend to shrink them. I rarely ever make them longer.
But shorts will get you subs.
That's what I've noticed. Yeah. And my dogs are the main reason my shorts get me subs. So
All right, I'm surprised White Trash only has 800 subs or 800 hours because he does lives. That's where my hours jumped up. Was with the lives.
Yeah, and lives really boost your hours.
Well, what I was doing is even to boost it farther, as I would do a premiere right
Yeah,
before my live.
exactly.
And then the premiere, I would just take everybody from the premiere, put them right over, redirect them right to the live, and then just roll on. But I had a couple of lives that went 5-6 hours, and I got like 100 120 watch hours that weekend.
Yep. Lantern had a good suggestion. He said to look around on some for the live streams in the middle of the morning, late morning, and try to just start talking to people. And he said it worked out well for him to find good people that followed him, and they were friends back and forth. So I thought that'd be something to do.
When you're tempted to hit the short feed, you look over and it'll have a list of all people that are live, and pop in.
Yeah, I pop in on other lives. Yep. Some are okay, and some are get right out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird environment. You got to get used to it.
Well, Sam, if you can't get a new phone, you can't get a new computer.
It is a lot easier editing now that I've got my real computer.
Yeah, that's what Landon was. He was showing you some stuff, and you were like, "Wow, how did you do that?" It was like, "Well, if your computer was made, after DOS, you can do a lot more stuff."
Yeah.
I don't have to hit /menu.
So
semicolon.
What new guys guitars talking about is part of the live stream of Pickle last night was Dan started talking about how if he won the lottery, he wanted a pirate ship. and he wanted to go down in Miami and board all the rich people's yachts and like take their stuff. And it evolved, and we were trying to. Well, okay, so you got to make the world's largest Nerf gun cannon. So just think about the spring you'd have to shoot one of those giant darts at another boat. You know, like a cannon-sized dart. It went off the rails pretty quick. So.
Oh, did I misspell it? I probably did. I should know it.
Well, you had JUSKIM at Yahoo, and I'm like, that.
Yeah, Nadine was in the stream last night, so he's going off on some of the stuff we were talking about.
Who was?
Dean Stevens,
Oh, okay.
everyone's favorite Kiwi.
Yeah.
Or Stevenson, sorry.
Yeah. 94% unrecycled.
Yeah, that's one of his favorites. So
Yeah. He's a witty character. He is.
yeah. And what are you guys bringing to the no names?
I have
There we go. Try that one. I'm pretty sure
I
it's the
know.
same. But
yeah. But I'm going to
good
bring
Lord,
my
I've had that since Yahoo was doing those stupid commercials. Yahoo!
but I'm bringing my 78 buck Skylark. With the 6-cylinder or a 455, whichever one happens to make it.
Gotcha.
Car is almost done for the year, so I'll be able to upgrade my phone and computer. Well, that's a good deal there, Sam.
Me, I went on eBay. I do a lot on eBay, and I just shopped around. And, oh Lord, I've been shopping around for about a year and a half now until I found the deal on this one.
I went down to Best Buy. I said, I'm going to do some YouTube videos and I need to do some editing. What do I need? He said, you need this one over here. I said, all right, bring it over here. Here's the card.
Yeah, I normally try to go to Micro Center. I don't know if you guys have those in your area, but it's like a computer builder warehouse, sort of.
Oh, okay.
And I found a better deal at Costco of all places. Same computer for about $200 less. So.
Yeah, I've done the cheap stuff, and it seems like every time I cheap out, it costs me more.
Yep.
So it's just like I bought a lawnmower. I was going to just get a cheap one. I bought a brand new one because I didn't want somebody else's junk. Then I end up seeing a lawnmower alongside the road and pick it up, bring it home, and make it work. Some other lady had some for free, so I thought it was only one lawnmower. It was 4. And she just used to leave them outside, so everything rusted up. All I had to do was get some penetrating fluid and make everything loosen up, and every one of them started up. It had brand new oil in them, new plugs, everything. She just didn't take care of them.
Yeah.
So I gave 3 of them away and kept one for my mom's house. And then after she passed, I just left it there. Listen, he sounds like what's his name now? He's going to bring his 130 horsepower baby 302.
That's just a little 302.
Oh, isn't that cute? Yeah, so you can bring a bicycle there. You would be all right.
Probably.
It is. It's I was saying that earlier that it's community, not competition.
Yeah.
I mean, there's competition because you go out in a racetrack, you want to win. You know,
Yeah.
but until you get there, it's community. It's just fun. Um,
And it all stays with just that.
yeah,
Win, lose, nobody cares.
right. You're not going to get any arguments or anything. You beat me, you cheated, you this, did that. No, they'll laugh at each other before any of that happens. You know, I can't believe you did that. I'm going to do it next time.
Sweet, Robert. We'd love to meet up with you there.
Yeah, come down to Lambert's on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, more the merrier. From the sounds of it, it's going to be a. I mean, I know John's been kind of funny, but I'm a couple hundred people. Is that a realistic assumption, or
What's that at the restaurant?
no? No name in general.
Oh no, there was.
I would say more than that was there last year.
Yeah, there had to be at least.
Yeah.
Man, there had to be 500 people there, so if not more. I would think there was more than that.
No, the racers though, or everybody in
No,
general?
no. I mean, I was talking about all the people.
Okay.
There was only. Was there 200? Was there 200 or 105 cars? 105 channels.
That were actually
That's a
registered.
lot of
Yeah.
people.
And yeah, Stephen, when you register your channel, not your car. So you can bring whatever. It don't matter.
Right. Yeah. You're allowed one driver, one car with your registration. Now, if you want a monkey bike, I think that's included in it too, isn't it?
I think it's a
Or
separate
is that
fee,
another registration? That might be another registration.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
think.
sure.
You'd
I
have
signed
to
up
ask
for
John on that.
Yeah, I signed up for both days, so I'm not sure what it all entails. I just know I wanted the whole time that was technically race time.
No, there's test and tune. There's time trial. That's usually Friday morning. They'll have like a test and tune, and then a time trial. See what you're running there, and then they'll do some bracket racing, and then call outs. Call outs will go, and then do
And
some
call
more
outs
test
are
and
really the
tune.
majority of everything.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, the call outs were neat because while they were there, they were just calling each other out. And then there's call outs already. Me and BareRose, I think, had the first one back in October.
It should
That
be
was the word. That's the word I
That's
was
the
looking
cool
for.
thing about it. You don't have to worry about traveling all those miles and then getting put on the trailer on your first run. It's not like that.
Right. Like I
You
didn't
can run
race.
until you run out of gas if you want to.
Yeah, I didn't race till Saturday morning. That's because JB didn't want to race until then. And we had the agreement that we were take them off the trailer, go down the track. So I didn't race my car until I raced him. I said, and then once I raced him, I raced Big Mike.
I think that's when I first seen you. I was walking across and you was coming across in the Skylark. Had your
Yeah.
helmet on and everything. Hey!
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my car broke down on the way there, so I ended up there in the wife's daily. And still had a fantastic time. Worth every penny.
Yeah, it's the only. I got to hope my vehicle should be done by the end of July. It got moved back about 5 weeks from all the problems I found, but I need to do a lot of testing before I drive because it's 700-800 miles for me. So
Right. Yeah, it's 872 for me. And it's actually going to be more like 1,000, a little over 1,000, because I'm going to East Tennessee first. I'll visit my best friend. And then last year I left his house and met up with Clint Street Machines. And then we went up to JB's house and met with him. And then from there, we went up the road and we met NSB Custom Cars and we met Dr. Art. Yeah. And we all came across Tennessee and then into Kentucky. And then NSB was having troubles with overheating and stuff, so they took off. They got a heavy foot.
You do have a channel. It's right there. You just don't have any content out yet.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have, other than Tom's U-Haul, I'm probably going to be the slowest car there. So,
And
No,
all of
no,
that
no,
is
no,
just
no.
to participate with a car. You can still go there. You walk around through the pits. You meet everybody. You
no, I
know,
mean, the racing secondary to a certain extent. I mean, it's not really a drag car. It's not going to be. It's going to be lifted and
You
it's
can
more I
drive
want
my
to be
car.
there and have fun. So,
Yeah, you can drive my car. But ASO has the slowest car. Well, that's, yeah.
yeah, if mine makes it there, I don't care who drives it. In fact, I prefer it if somebody else did, because then I could finally get some content out. I'll be out there videoing it.
yeah, I'm always the video taker, never the video star. So,
Yeah. Oh, get out. I think somebody's a little jealous there, BareRose.
Don't worry about it.
go. I remember him on one of my live streams. He kept talking about how much he loved crushing cars. Just go crush some more cars. You'll get some extra cash. You don't need to go fund me.
That extra carburetor on there, it's just for show. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's not even hooked up. It's like the one-eyed cat. You know, he's got that one barrel that he runs around on, and then he kicks in the 4 barrel.
A 5-barrel 440. That is pretty cool. I think it's a 440, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a 440. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Crazy.
yeah, if you don't have a car to go there and you just want to go there as a spectator, you're not really a spectator. You're all part of the whole event too. You just don't have a car there to participate in. And you can get in on a spectator price, which is a little cheaper if that's what, if you need to do. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, our friend Pickle's he thinks he wants to go. He's moving from Newfoundland to Calgary, Canada, and he's only 18, so he probably won't have a car. He might not even have a car, and he might not have 500 subscribers by then, but he might try to come down as a spectator.
Yeah, he should come down and help you drive down.
He's going to be on the wrong side of the country though, because he's closer to me now. When he goes to Calgary, he's going to be closer to a couple of our buddies in Montana, so it's way the heck west for me.
Well, tell him to leave the day early.
Up above me.
Yeah, because I'm closer to like Newfoundland and Calgary, and I'm kind of here, and he's going way over here. So
Calgary is pretty much straight up from me.
okay. Yeah, Newfoundland's about sort of technically north of New York.
In fact, the picture that the thumbnail I used for this live, that was taken in Sandpoint, Idaho. You can stand right at those gates out there and spit and hit Canada. It's right up by the border.
Well, I did a silly video and if I walk to the end of my street, I can see Canada across the Lake St. Clair. It's about 3.5 nautical miles. So on a clear day, I can see Canada.
I think maybe Cleveland Engine Plant made a few non-cleaver engines too.
Possible.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, that was
There's the slowest guy at No Name Nationals.
That's going to be the slowest car. I guarantee it.
Well, what is this mystery mobile you talking about?
Do I now?
What's this mystery car?
I'm going to be the slowest thing there.
You keep saying that, but you don't say what.
Oh, this is a surprise.
Yeah. He hasn't taken the picture yet.
It's a big surprise.
Uh-huh.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Oh. There's one person that knows what's under the hood of that Thunderbird.
There's what?
There's only one YouTuber that knows what's under the hood of that Thunderbird now.
Is that JP or JB?
Nope.
I assume he means himself.
Oh, it's
Nope.
Stephen Holtz.
Yep.
Did you find a big rubber band and you wind it up?
Yeah. Because all battery operated.
Yeah, so one of those old balsa wood planes like you got when you were a kid, you just keep winding that sucker up just tighter and tighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Phil Landry said that when they raced the salt flats, he said there was guys out there that had cars that were powered with rubber bands. Yeah, he did. He said, yeah, they powered them with rubber bands. Well, yeah, that's pretty awesome. He said you wouldn't believe some of the things you see out there.
Very true.
When BareRose sent me a picture of that motor, I was like, oh man, I'm in trouble now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Robert Clymer is actually probably about an hour's drive from me. He's in Michigan. He's on the west side. I'm on the east side.
Oh, I don't care if I win or lose.
You guys will have to hook up, do a video, collab.
Yeah, there's a he's here. Dean Stevenson's here. Everboard S10, and I always screw up the name of his channel. It's Michigan Motorsports, I believe. I screw it up every time. We're nobody's that close, but it might be somewhere where we can meet in the middle. We got to figure some of that out.
I think it's Michigan Muscle Cars or something like that.
I don't know why I can never say the damn channel name. Save me.
Doesn't he have the El Camino?
He's got an S10 and he's got a couple cars.
Yeah, but he has a 71 El Camino, I think, too.
Okay.
6%, what you bringing?
Right back.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, bud.
What car are you bringing?
It's a mystery. I've only done 30 episodes on it so far. It's very much a mystery.
It's probably a Heinz 57.
Well, it is an AMC-based vehicle, so yes, it is. It's going to have Ford parts, GM parts, Chrysler parts. There's got to be some Japanese parts in there. Technically it's a 2000 Cherokee chassis that somebody put a 65 Rambler body on top of and did it real poorly. So I'm fixing that now, but that's what I'm going to bring.
Well, just call me out. It'll be a slow race.
Yeah, well, I'll keep that. Let me get it to fire up and drive under its own power, and I'll call you out. So I'll be here. That's the plan. Unless something stupid happens, that's what I'll be bringing. So I'm rebuilding the firewall right now. Every time I touch it, it's another something I have to custom make. So
I like one more part, and I'll be able to fire mine up.
that's cool. I get jealous every time I see Buck's videos and he's just putting some pre-made part that he just goes, punk. It's like, oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Let me go over here and whittle something out of a piece of wheat.
Yeah.
The wing nut for the air cleaner.
Yeah.
Rugby,
I had to order the cowl. I made the cowl panel because half the cowl was rotted out. And now I'm working on the firewall. So
Rugby slinging the time on that cooter, buddy.
yeah.
What's that?
I said, you'd be slinging some time at that computer, that that CUDA.
Yeah. A couple hours, usually an hour a day at least, sometimes 2. Today was more like 5.
If you wasn't bringing the book, but you could bring that one because you'd be done with it for too long.
Oh yeah, I'm at that point where if I could find a used engine transmission to stuff down in there,
Yeah,
all I'd have to do is put the seat in it, put the engine transmission in it, put the doors back on it. We're good to go. That
That's
could be
an
done in
e-car.
no time.
yeah, my little Thunderbird ain't gonna be that fast. I'm just gonna use some of that laughing gas on it.
Yeah. No, I have commitments with the buck, so we'll bring that down this year, and whether it has a 6-cylinder or the 455, either way.
Are you going to keep the patina, as it were, on the CUDA, or what are your plans? You think?
Well, I wouldn't call that patina.
That's why I was using air quotes.
There's like 1,432 layers of paint on that thing.
It looked like it was, like an archaeological dig if you hit it with a hammer.
I was out there with the heat gun and the putty knife today, just peeling paint off. It was just rolling right off. It was like, oh man, it's thick.
That car was probably painted with what's that airplane paint back in the day.
Yeah, or just house paint. I don't know.
I have a feeling there was a roller involved. Yes.
Oh yeah, under the hood was like that. It looked like it was like house paint, with a roller. I spent I don't know how many pieces of that freaking wire wheel got jammed in my neck. and then it got jammed in my sweatshirt, right? And I'm going to work and I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh, it's a piece of wire.
Poking you all over?
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, I had to throw out a couple of sweatshirts this winter from doing that from wire. I didn't get any of my skin, luckily, until I laying down on a mat. I'm like, oh, what in the
yeah,
pick, and you can't get them all out eventually.
No, I also I only got a pint of paint stripper, but that's there's that many layers. You can only take like 1 layer or 2 layers off at a time. So I had to go like 3, 4, 5 times in that one spot.
They took all the good stuff out of it. I remember the old aircraft stripper.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you had to be careful with that stuff. This new stuff,
man, it ain't worth the crap.
Yeah, it's nothing like it used to be.
Nope.
Now, have you tried a needle scaler? I've found a new love affair with the needle scaler on the Chambler. It's amazing how much crap just magically disappears, and you find rust holes too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't have an air compressor to run something like that, but what was I gonna say?
Yeah, 58 gonna be sharp with that 460 with them two cobs. Yeah, that thing gonna look good. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, I thought that was just a little.
Because it's just for looks.
I thought that was just a little 302 with 2 carbs on top.
302 on that. Oh.
It's actually my original plan. Like I said, I've been working on this deal for a long time.
And then it just finally come together at the right time. So I got a set of Cleveland heads, and I was gonna build a 302 Boss. But when I checked on the intake, I had to fill out the chair.
Yeah. That's why I don't mess with anything that says CJ on it or TJ on it.
Yeah.
It's like
not that kind of CJ.
Yeah, come on now.
If it's Cobra Jet, I leave that. I walk away.
I have to check into that. I didn't know they had a sandblaster attachment for your pressure washer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my dad picked one up.
Huh?
I've never used it, but my dad picked one up.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's all a water jet is. It's just granulated material and super high pressure water.
But boy, I love my pressure washer.
Oh yeah. Well, I use mine constantly. I wash everything. I even washed the gauges for the dash. I washed them with the pressure washer.
you have that one.
I just let them sit out in the sun until they all dried up.
One-eyed cats in the house.
Yeah, it's not quiet here. It's 4th of July season started about a week ago. Every amateur explosives expert is out in their backyard right now. So
But that race with one-eyed cat looking mighty
Oh,
good.
it's good to have a little coyote, you know. I've actually got Wile E. Coyote tattooed on my arm.
is he falling off the cliff with a sign?
Nah, he's just sitting there smoking a cigarette.
Oh. Yeah, I don't like too much. I'll have mine ready to fire up. I was going to work on it today, but it's just. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. I just have a little blood of transmission out. Before no name nationals.
Oops, you're fine, Max.
I'm almost scared to do test hits when I'm getting done with it. I'll just do them down there and I'll let whatever happens happen at Wrightston.
Yeah.
I'm trailering it anyway. What the heck, right?
Yeah. Yeah, what I should have done is just took my 351 and just put my 351 in. It's what I should have done. Because it stroked out to a 408. And then what I should have done is found me a good FMX transmission to go behind it. Is what I should have done.
A
Should
Trimac
have put a water.
transmission?
Yeah.
Woo! You got high pockets.
FMX, man, they're pretty cheap. Just gotta find. You just gotta know which cars in here. The Thunderbirds, they put a dime a dozen in the Thunderbirds in the late 70s.
And the FMX.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, around here, people don't do nothing with the FMX.
Not here either. You pull those out and put a C4 or C6 in.
Yeah, they got the C4s or C6s. I like it. FMX transmission behind a 351. You can have a lot of fun with them.
They're so heavy, though.
They're heavy. They are heavy.
I would say they're the same weight as a C6.
Yep. They're very heavy.
But a C6 is so much stronger. But a C6 will rob some more power, though.
Right. Yeah,
But good Lord, we punished a C6. Totally punished it.
yeah,
That thing is still going to this day.
they've been making the ALD the same size. It's like Dean says, it's the same, basically the same size as the ALD. I guess it does weigh about 165 pounds. I know it's the same length, the length as a C4, because you can just basically interchange them.
C4s are pretty light. And I like the C4. But you can't just run them stock. But the beauty of the C4 is they make parts for all of it.
Yep, they sure do.
I'd still rather have a manual transmission, but that's me. So
Yep, me too.
I love to I would love to have a top loader 4-speed in that Thunder Chicken.
I've been looking for
Hi, Tim.
8 years now for a good top loader
And they are
that I
hard.
can afford. They're out there. I'll admit it. They're out there. They're just out of my pocket.
Yep. You know, I know what a 4-speed is, but I'm not sure if it's a top loader that came in them little Pintos. In the early model Pintos in the early 70s when Pintos came out, I don't know if they are top loader 4-speeds also. I know some of the Mustang 2s were top loaders.
Max, come on.
Ollie just said they was junk.
Yeah, they're very much.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if they was top loaders or not.
No, they're the kind of like a T4. They're
Junk.
yeah, they had lots of problems.
Yep.
What's going on, Ollie? I don't know if you've seen my short, but I'm back on the 58, and yeah, I got some goodies going on it.
Yeah, Ollie, go over and check his short out. T4s and then the T5s. Yeah, a lot of your Mustang fanatics likes the T5 transmissions in the box body Mustangs.
They can be good, but they're weak from the factory.
Yeah,
We run a couple of them and tore them all to pieces. We went back to the C4s and C6s.
I've got a
You like
T5
those toilet
for a
bowls?
Chevy sitting.
Oh man.
I've got a T5 for a small block Chevy that's been sitting and waiting for a project for 15 years now. It's in a box, waiting for that right thing to come along.
same here. I've got one sitting out there, and yeah, it's just itching to go into something.
Ain't that the same transmission that Punisher had in his Le Mans that come apart? Well, there's a T5.
I know he's got a T56 now, but I don't know what he was running before. Those are pretty bulletproof if you build them right.
I think it was a Tremec.
Yeah, 'cause they made a I think it's a T. It's either a TK or a T45 was a 5-speed, and then a T56 is a 6-speed. I'm lost with the naming anymore.
Thanks for stopping in, Don.
Oh,
Yeah, and every time I turn around, there's another Windsor. There's like 20 of them in the No Name Nationals right now. So Windsor's everywhere. Or no, I'm sorry, Englishes.
Yes.
Englishes everywhere.
The Fords is coming. We've been telling y'all all year the Fords was coming.
Mm-hmm.
But for this year, it's mostly going to be for show. I'll just say that right now with everybody. Yeah.
Oh,
Problem is, I looked up some pieces and parts that I need to make it all work with all of that the way it's supposed to work. And they got that big old out of stock red flag on them.
oh yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, I can get most of the stuff I need, worst case, from the junkyard because 2000 era Cherokees are dime a dozen up here.
I didn't know 6-cylinders and Cherokees are pretty bad little engines if they done right.
They can be reliable. There's a company that's getting 700-800 horsepower out of them, but they don't last very long. But they can do 300-400 all day long if you build them right. But they're a tractor motor. I mean, they're like the Ford 300s. They'll, they're just not down for that. There's a company that makes crate motors. They're right around 250, 300 horse, and they're solid. They're nice and torquey.
Oh yeah, and you can't kill them. They're dependable.
Well, they rod knock, or they have lifter tick, and that's how you know they're running because they always have lifter tick. They have lifter tick in the factory.
If they quit, you gotta pop the hood and figure out what's wrong with it.
Well, that last one I had didn't tick at all. That thing just kept running and running.
Hell,
I had 200,000 on it when I sold it, and it still was running good.
yeah, my daily driver Cherokee right now is 207,000 miles, and it just right at startup, it's going to tick. So everything I've got's got a 4-liter in it or a 4-liter engine. They're solid. That's all that's going to be in the Chandler this year. If it proves decent and it build gets enough momentum behind it, it'll probably get something else or a turbo or something stupid because you can pull them out and put a new 4-liter in it pretty quick. So.
Ollie needs to bring one of his bad boys up there.
But in a Jeep, I like that. I like the 4-liter in a Jeep.
Yeah.
Gives you that low RPM crawl.
Yeah. That's what you need. I mean, it's basically they're bricks. You just need the grunt.
Man, if you could take one of them 6-cylinders out of a Jeep and put behind a Granny 4-speed from a Ford pickup truck, but you'd have something. That thing would climb a telephone pole.
Or fall apart.
Yeah, vibrate.
Well, I mean, basically that 4-liter derived engine, they basically started that in the late 50s, early 60s. So within reason, a lot of the parts, like the thermostat housings and the heads and all kinds of stuff interchanges. So everything from a 238 on up, you can kind of mix and match. So you can find old big, because AMC basically never made anything. So a lot of times they use Chrysler or Ford transmissions, GM this, GM that, Ford this, Ford that. So
Yeah.
That last CJ that I just got out of here, it had a Carter carburetor on it that had the Mopar Star. It had a Ford Motorcraft distributor in it.
and a GM column probably.
Yep, and a GM column.
Yeah, my 90 Comanche has a GM column. Like the keys say GM on them. It's literally a Saginaw column. So.
Oh,
that was an 83, 82.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping JB get that trash truck there.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna cost them a lot of money to get it there, though.
Yeah.
That's the whole issue. He needs a lot.
I mean, the whole spirit around that whole build is just neater than all get out. That's an engine that nobody gave any love to.
Yep. I was in his shoe probably.
I'm guilty of it.
I'm sorry, which engine, guys?
That
What's that?
2.8.
2.8.
Yeah.
The Ford or the GM?
Chevrolet.
I know when we did warranty work for GM, we'd get their warranty blocks back in and have to give them the once over. Those things were just horrible for head gaskets because of that weird Ford style Y block where it's half and half. It's
FE.
Yeah, it just they never did well under normal conditions.
We used to change at least one of them a week. Them 2.8s, crate motors. We put crate motors in at least one a week.
Yeah, I was in JB's shoes about 20 years ago with a Blazer, and it was black. And I messed with it so much that come crushing time, I made the crusher pick it up and throw it in the crusher.
You love that damn crusher. Crusher, crusher, crusher.
Crush it, crush it, mash it.
Some cars needed crushed.
Yeah, some of them do.
Oh, you mean like the Chevy Citation?
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
I don't know, but I wish I had a yard for them. They sell it.
Why would you name a car after a traffic violation?
Exactly.
Yeah, you got a citation.
Yeah.
You know, Dodge did the same thing though.
Yeah, but we had a customer that rebuilt one of them from nothing. I'm like, why? He said, I love that car.
What was it? 70, 69, 70? Dodge tried to tap into the ranch market. They put out that D 150. What was that? Anyway, they called it the Dude.
Yeah. Oh, the one where they advertise it with Don Knotts.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I have that. I have. I found that online and I had to save that photo because it's Don Knotts doing Don Knotts, and there's how the hell does that connect to each other there?
And they tried to connect that with the ranchers. A dude is somebody that doesn't do anything. They are the bottom of the totem pole. That's the ones you want to get the hell out of there. You call somebody dude on a ranch, you get your mouth punched.
That's one of the three
Tried to
nicknames I
market
have.
it,
Is
though?
dude.
2.8s with some good little engine, little V6 engines.
Here's a truck that's lazy and doesn't do nothing.
I am mildly offended because I've got a couple of my friends that don't know my actual name. They just call me that. It's weird when someone calls me my name. Nobody does it. It's always a nickname of some kind.
And then who made the Stallion? The little black. Well, most of them was black, but they called the Stallion. Who made them little cars? Didn't Dodge make the Stallions? Those two-door sports car.
Never heard of the
I
Stallion.
don't know.
Was it one of the Mitsubishi ones from the 80s?
Yep. It was
I think
Dodge.
that was a Chrysler Mitsubishi thing.
Hey, there were some bad little cars right there.
Was it Ford?
Oh,
I don't know.
Mitsubishi made them, but Dodge put it out over here.
Yeah, you're talking about the Starion. It's a Mitsubishi Starion, the Chrysler Conquest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were actually rear-wheel. They were a pocket rocket. They were little two-door cars. They were turbocharged rear-wheel drive. They're neat cars. They didn't survive well. The plastics went pretty bad, but they're a neat platform. If you see them done up well, they look sweet.
Then Dodge came out with the Dodge Daytona.
Yeah.
And them little Daytonas was tearing up the road. The little 4-cylinders.
Well, you could get a Shelby though. I mean, you could get an Omni with a Shelby package on it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Dean, you nailed it.
yeah, it's
The
actually
certification
I've never been
for-
big on like wide body
Okay.
kits and graphics and crap, but I always like the Starions or the Conquest like that.
Yeah. I like the body style. Man, if they had the Ford engine in it, I'd probably still have one of them today. I just didn't like that Mitsubishi motor.
Yeah, that's part of the genesis of the Evos. Those little Mitsubishi Evolution mode. Those things won like every rally championship for a decade. You can get a lot of power out of those little stinkers.
All right, fellas, I'm going to go. You guys have a good night. It was good talking to everybody.
Hey,
Thanks for coming in,
Good night,
bud.
everybody in the chat. I'm falling asleep here.
Oh,
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, I think I'll probably take off in about 5 minutes. I got more video to edit. Yeehaw.
That's a lot of fun, ain't it?
Yeah, I got a bundle of it.
I've been doing a lot of shorts. I've been going to car shows partly because I do a secondary thing on my channel where I do shop tours. So it's a good way to meet people at their shops and talk to them in face to face, which is easier than on the phone. And it also it's a lot of good content for shorts because there's all kinds of crazy cars, and depending on where you go here, there's prototype vehicles, show cars, restored stuff, crazy. It runs a gamut. So.
Oh yeah.
Man, I wish the aftermarket would have embraced the 430.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that was Mercury Edsel Lincoln, or am I off on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He sent me that picture earlier, and I thought, oh, we done get him a 512.
But the Edsel in the name is named after Edsel Ford, not the car.
Yeah.
I wish I had me an Edsel.
The Edsel Ford estate, because with being here in Michigan, there's Ford everything. I go to Henry Ford Hospital. I mean, there's a Ford everywhere you turn around. There's the Ford Estates downtown, Henry Ford Museum. If you guys ever come up to Michigan, check out the Henry Ford Museum. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think they owned half of Michigan at one time.
It's just a corner now.
Yeah, the Ford Museum's at the end of Fairlane Avenue, right?
Oh hell, it's been. I used to work right there at the. I've worked on and off for Ford through contracts, but it's been so long. It's in Dearborn.
Yeah.
There's also a museum downtown called the Ford Piquette Plant, which I think is technically not a Ford owned property, but it's an old Ford assembly plant that's a museum. There's a ton of stuff like that. You can tour the Rouge factory, which is in River Rouge. And I worked in the proving grounds in Romeo, which is a little town about 30 miles north of me. And that was neat to work actually in the proving ground. I worked at the proving grounds in Florida. There's Fords everywhere here.
Any Edsels left?
You see them at car shows and stuff. They don't. Edsel Ford stuff is common. Like I think it was either his son. It might have still been him at that point. They used to get their car service at the Ford dealer I worked at for about a minute. Yeah, there's fingerprints everywhere. Like there's a Packard plant or what's left of it. The Packard Proving Grounds, about 10, 15 minutes north of me, and there's car shows there all summer. I'll be going to some of those in the next month. So it's neat. I probably said it before, but there's about a quarter mile of the track left because all of it's now those Bigfoot homes behind it. But the plant and some of the stuff is actually still there, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'd like to go to that Ford Museum and look at the 62 Mustang concept cars.
There's a lot of neat stuff at the oh hell. Yeah, that is a very neat place, and they do rotate the exhibits through. There's also a lot of machinery and stuff. Like they have some of the old machines that like the old stamping, and it's the machine is 2 stories high. Like when you go up in the top to see some of the components, you're looking at a piston's the size of your car.
Yeah.
That's where Ford had it, though. I mean, he really invested heavy into the company.
Yeah. Well, he owned Dearborn. There wouldn't be. I mean, they're everywhere in Dearborn. They own the whole damn town effectively, and not. I don't mean that in a bad way. They just literally everything was there at one point because of them.
But that was Ford's downfall.
Yep.
It was a tight-knit group.
Yeah. Well, there was so much. I mean, you got to remember there was how many? What were there? 40 car companies in that time period, and it really died off. But Hudson, et cetera, the Packard, there's the stuff downtown that's all destroyed. The money in Detroit. I mean, Detroit was the 3rd largest city in the world in the 50s. the money that has come and gone. I mean, at one point it was about 2.5 million people, and now it's at about 600,000, and it's still huge. And that's the biggest problem now. Why it's so bad in so many areas is because there's just nobody there. There's no money to maintain it, and things go to hell.
Yeah, the Dodge folks. Yeah, Dodge brothers really helped Henry Ford get it off and going.
Yeah.
Still did.
Well,
If
and then
you
like
have
Lincoln,
a Model 2 Ford, you
Lincoln
own a
and
Dodge.
Cadillac. Hell, Lincoln and Cadillac were technically started by the same person. So
Yeah, it was.
Henry Leland.
Yeah.
When he bought out Ford, that started as the Henry Ford Motor Company.
I think so. There's so much car stuff here. It actually it overloads me sometimes. Like I know my grandfather went to Henry Ford Engineering School. So I mean it's
And it's cool as all get out when you go back to the early history. You see it's all intertwined. It's weird.
He'd tell me stories before he was about 88 when he passed about 10 years ago. And he said he would get a bucket of coal and get it lit up, fired up, put it out in the car because there were no heaters. This is like, he had a 30 something, and then he would drive the engineering school. And he was actually in the Army Air Corps. He never went overseas in World War II, but there was no Air Force. So he was in the Army Air Corps. He said he protected Pottsboro, Texas. That was all he did in the war. So.
And then there's Chevrolet, and Chevrolet came overseas to build the Chevrolets over here. Now, Chevrolet's one of them American-made car.
It was.
And
But it was Billy Durant.
Yeah.
And he used Chevrolet's name.
Yeah.
And Louis Chevrolet, he got mad because Billy Durant was building Geo Metros.
Yeah.
And he was a race car driver. He was a world famous race car driver.
Yeah.
And he sold all of his stock. Read the Louis Chevrolet story. That is one
Yeah. I watched
interesting story.
Make you feel sorry for the poor guy.
He lost a leg, had to go back to work as a lineman for Chevrolet, the company that had his name, and he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And he died of a heart attack on that assembly line. And that's why the ad campaign come out as the heartbeat of America. That's actually paying homage to Louis Chevrolet.
Yeah.
The auto industry is impressive and evil all at the same time. The stuff that they've done, like look at Tucker and the hundreds of little companies that have been squished, but yet it's such a
the problem with Tucker Motor Company
was Tucker. I'll come right out and say it. It was Tucker.
He was an interesting character, but they never proved any of the allegations. That's the biggest problem.
No, not that part of it. He kept changing his mind like halfway. He was worse than Ford. And he never had a real working model, and he was selling them like crazy. And he didn't have any cars to sell.
There were 30 of them that were produced when it was still a company, and they made about another 28 of them out of the parts. It was extremely innovative. Now, who knows what would have happened in the long run, because so much of that stuff, there's a reason that so many of those companies folded, because it takes stupid amounts of money to make a car. And even back then it did. And now you almost can't. The idea of a new, like the fact that Tesla actually made it to market is insane, because there are so many hurdles to go through to be able to produce a car now. It boggles the mind.
If they would have just stayed on building one and finishing it and doing it, we'd probably still have Tuckers today, because all his inventions was well advanced for the time when he built them cars. seat belts and all the stuff that was added on them cars back then.
I mean, the original design for the Tucker had a helicopter engine in it.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
so
went
it
out
was
looking for
that
a
age, I think.
engine for his car, and he bought a successful helicopter company. They were developing the helicopter, and he
Right.
dismantled the company for the engine, and then he never used the engine.
that's like Chevrolet with them flat sixes and the Corvairs. They use them in airplanes. And I thought that's kind of crazy there. But they use those Corvair engine in some of the airplanes.
If he would have just stuck to one thing and just
Yeah.
did that one thing and got it right and gone.
Yeah, but that
It's
doesn't,
like
you know, that
you
doesn't
got to have
happen.
100 projects and not finish any of them.
Yeah, sticking to one thing is a rarity at this point, especially, you know, hell, it was back then too. So, you see, you start talking about Michigan and the Duckster appears. So,
Yeah. Yeah, he bought all of the transmissions from Duesenberg Cord.
yeah, because they had that little tiny selector lever for the gears, because it technically was an automated manual.
The crazy thing was the suspension. It was
Yeah.
wound up rubber. Didn't have any springs in it. No
And then the
torsion bars. It was Firestone developed it for him. It was wound rubber.
And then the steering will turn your wheel to headlight in the middle of the grill move.
Yeah.
There's other cars that did that too, though.
Yeah.
The LaSalle,
And
and there was another one. It was a European one.
It's kind of funny how nothing is really new. Like electric cars were around in the turn of the century when gas cars were starting, and nothing is really new. There's new takes on it or improvements, but nothing's really new.
Is that what it was? It was totally designed by him, but it was very similar.
I'm not sure.
probably a copycat transmission.
Could be. I know that the Cord was. Well, I think wasn't the Cord the first front wheel drive too? The big. Was it do? Was it do? I can't remember anymore. It's all blending together.
I said he's a Tucker geek. Yeah, I like reading on Tucker.
Yeah, if you're ever up in Michigan, this goes for anybody. But there's a museum. It's a private museum called Stalls, and they have a Tucker along with a turbine car from Chrysler, and they also have a lot of old turn of the century music players, like anything that would play a violin, or they have a 30-foot tall calliope that actually everything there works. So it's a very, very interesting area, and it's basically like 10 very wealthy guys in the area got together and made a car museum, and you can go through it. Yeah, the Henry Ford Museum, Greenfield Village.
The top nose cord was the first front wheel drive and also the first disc brakes. I thought what's that? Buick was the first front wheel drive car.
I thought it was a Cord.
I think it was Cord.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was Cord or Duesenberg, but they had I want to say it was the 30s, but it was a front wheel drive.
Yeah, that's like 20s, 30s.
Yeah, there's so much crap in here for cars, and it's all just mushed together anymore.
And again, American car. There's probably some European off the wall name that was actually first, but
I worked. One of my things when I worked at Ford was that there's a Dearborn prototyping plant, for putting cars together and testing them, not for actually assembly, but it was right next to the Henry Ford Greenfield. So I literally was looking out there. My first week in that job was there, and then I went out to Romeo. So literally, I'm like, there's Henry Ford.
Yeah, very well could be Ollie.
Yeah.
It could be. A lot of this stuff, it's weird how things will get designed sort of at the same time, and they'll come out and they're similar, but they're not, and so one will be better than the other. But it's weird how everybody, osmosis, things tend to come out at the same time or close.
I know the first V8 was actually European in a car.
Yeah.
Well, and then actually Chevrolet made the first V8 in America in the 1917, but they was never put into production. And then that's when Ford came out with the famous flathead V8 up until 1955, I think. And that's when Chevrolet came out with that. What it was, that small block Chevrolet.
The 263 or whatever it was.
That Chevrolet came out in 1955.
The 265.
265. Yeah. And then after that,
1955.
that's when Dodge came out with a V8, and the rest is history.
Now, Dodge was earlier.
Yeah.
Oldsmanville, I think, was first overhead. Regular production, everybody can afford it.
I've owned two of those straight eights in the Buick in the 53s. They was pretty cool engines.
Yeah.
They had a lot of takeoff power, but they was heavy. I broke a floor jack. I broke a floor jack in a 6-inch concrete floor, jacking the thing up.
There's a guy here in Pingree that's got a 50, I think it's a 56 or a 57 Peugeot.
Okay.
It's actually a 4-wheel car, but if you look at it, it looks like a 3-wheel car. You know, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. But the back tires are like really close together.
Oh,
Little 2-cycle. It's actually got a Kickstarter on it. You go in the back, you open the little hatch, and you you kickstart it. Funny looking little thing.
but you know, back then, you ain't gonna tell them what the car manufacturers did and really had plans of building before the government started putting their hand in it and stopping everything.
It was tit for tat too. The auto industry would use the government against newcomers as well. It was an even playing field of bad. You know, I grease your hand, you grease mine. You magical.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back far enough, Kodak cameras actually had a hand in stalling the American car company.
Yep. You know, the best years for
Hello, Wendy.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
the best years for drag racing was in the 50s. The 50s was the time to really be alive, was in the 50s.
I'd say it really came to be in the 60s, though. The 50s, that's when everybody was, well, you had to know in order to go in the 50s.
Yeah.
Because there was no aftermarket.
It wasn't nothing. You just raced what you had.
You were the aftermarket.
That's right.
So how's everyone?
What's that?
I said, how's everyone tonight?
Good. How you been?
Good.
Enjoying
Am I
your
echoing?
vacation?
Am I echoing?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because I already shut the other window off.
That sounds better. Whatever you did, I think you got it.
I didn't do anything.
That's usually how I fix it. What'd I do?
Mine sometimes works, sometimes don't.
Yeah, it does seem to be magic sometimes.
It's got a lot to do with the internet connection too.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I don't know if Don's still in here.
I think his battery was going dead.
Hmm.
He said something earlier there, and his connection was pretty bad.
Yeah, they have connections really bad there. I messaged him and asked him what time he planned on leaving tomorrow.
He said something about sleeping in a van. I don't know if he meant down by the river or not sure. So
Well, they have a little creek up there. But yeah, he's going to sleep in the van. He took an air mattress. He didn't want to put the big old tent up.
The one that made it popular there, Robert, was Tucker.
yeah,
But
I'm
there
pretty
was quite
sure.
a few of them that did.
Yeah, I always liked
The
it.
Duesenberg even, it had the fog lights would, the headlights wouldn't, but the fog lights down below and the Buicks, they had
Yeah.
a rod that tied it to the tie rod, so your fog lights would turn with the as you would turn the wheel.
And stuff like that would keep popping up every couple decades too, or
Yeah.
like, it would sense something or gravity would move them. But some of it works, some of it doesn't, or sticks around, I should say.
Yeah, our van turns into a camper when we go places. All but Sykes, and we do.
220? Woo!
Doctor said Pierce
Yeah,
there
Ollie.
with the headlight when you turn was in the 20s. That might be where Tucker got it from.
Pierce Arrow, yeah.
Yep.
Now, I think I'm going to have to sign off, guys. I will see everybody
Oh,
soon.
hold on. I got Don something for his birthday, and he don't know about it. That's why I was wondering if he was still here.
Quick, somebody time out Dawn.
Yeah.
Ah, that is cool as all get out.
Get us some stickers.
Yeah.
Don, if you're watching, close your eyes.
Yeah.
He don't know.
That's
He won't
cool.
get.
That's
He's
very
not
cool.
getting them till June 28th. And I already sent 2 out to John, and he's going to put them in the shadow box behind him
Cool.
to see how long it takes for Don to see it.
Now, that's very cool, and I will see everybody soon. Take it easy, guys.
Thanks for
See ya.
stopping in, 6%.
Gotta get out of here. I gotta go fix me a sandwich. I'm hungry.
What happened?
We'll catch you in a little bit.
Good to see you tonight, Auto Salvage.
So it's just the 2 of us.
Just the 2 of us. So you enjoy your vacation?
Who, me?
Yeah. With Dawn
Yeah.
out of the house?
Don's out of the house. I had 1 day off. That's today. I go back to work tomorrow. I was going to request off to go down there, but the manager already started the schedule, so I didn't put my name up. And she's like, Wendy, why not? I said, you already started the schedule. She's like, well, look at the schedule. Maybe someone will switch with you. I was like, no. I worked Friday. I had off Saturday. I had to work Sunday. I wasn't switching with anyone. So all I did today was laundry.
Yeah, that's what I did when I was home alone too.
I didn't do the dishes. I'll save them for Dom when he gets home. Unless I do them before I go to work tomorrow. Oh, I did put the the cap back on the pool. I walked out back today to open the back door and shut the screen door and just let some air in here. It's like, why is the cap to the pool on the table? So I went out and I put that back on. He didn't say anything. I don't know who put it on the table, but he didn't say anything to me.
So are those stickers?
Yeah, they're little stickers, but the guy that made them sent a 12 by 12 one.
Wow.
And he said, he wrote on the front of it, "Happy birthday, Don."
Cool.
I mean, yeah, it's as big as this.
Holy cow.
That's what everything came in. It's a 12 by 12. They were
He'll
supposed to
sure
be
like
here.
that.
They were supposed to be here today, but they came yesterday. It's like, huh. And then John, too, went out to John because this is a black one, but there's one with the hat's white and the cat's black. And I sent 2 to John. They already went out in the mail yesterday. He's going to put them in the shadow box that he has. It's like, John, you're going to get him you're going to see him before Dawn even does. Dawn's not getting him till his birthday. And if I want another one of them big stickers, 12 by 12, that one there was $30.
Really?
Yep. And I messaged him today because I have his phone number. I'm like, if I want another one of them big ones, I'll let you know. Because we were talking on live last night about it. I said, I might want another one of them big ones. But
That'd be a good one to put on a magnet. Get you some of those, flexible magnets.
Yeah.
And then cut it for it.
Well, where I work, they have little tiny magnets I can put on the back of it.
Then you can stick it on the door when you go to an event or something. Or...
Yep. Yeah, it's a big one. Dean says, Don. Just don't tell Don.
Shh, it's our secret.
Anyone in the chat, don't say anything. And I got him a big balloon. It's like almost 3 feet tall. It says "Happy Birthday." I'm gonna tape the string to the box. Well, the box. It's not like a box. And I requested off for his birthday, which is a Wednesday. And that's when John's going to put it in the shadow box that day. That way, if Don says anything, what the hell? Then he'll get his balloon and all that. And where I work, they'll blow it up with helium for me. Well, I can blow it up myself. A customer can come in with balloons they buy offline or whatever. But an employee can. You can get balloons and blow them up for nothing. Yeah, don't say anything equals a case of beer.
He might shoot it down.
That's right.
Oh, new guys, I think you're lagging there a little bit. Or I'm lagging, or StreamYard's lagging, one of the two.
You're not lagging, not on my end.
I've been noticing that. I've been getting comments that were like 6 months old on my YouTube channel. I try to go through and, reply to everybody, but good Lord. YouTube's done that a couple of times to me. All of a sudden, boom, I'll get like 100 comments all at once, and they're like 6 months old, 3 months old.
I'll get notifications from people. It'll say they just posted something, and I go to click it, and it says it was posted yesterday. But on the computer and that, even my phone, it said it was just posted. I don't know what's up with that.
Or it's some button I didn't push, or I did push, or so, I don't know.
I mean, I have like hit that bell, like hit all notifications, and it'll say, "Oh, someone put something up just now," and I clicked it. I'll click it to see what it was, and it says it was posted 2 days ago or something, and I'm just now getting it, and I don't know why.
They're probably fiddling or something.
They might be updating the system or something. I don't know.
So other than that, what you guys got going on over there?
Who, me? Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope. Pool's open, cold as crap.
Been windy and cold over your way?
Well, today was 78, but the wind was 25 miles an hour.
Yeah. That's the way it's been here, too. Thanks for coming in, Doug.
I think Mother Nature needs to get her head out of her rear end. 1 minute it's nice, next minute it's cold. The other day it was sleeting here.
Really?
Yeah. We get down to 40-some degrees.
We get there during the night. And we've had a lot more rain. That's kind of strange. High Plains Desert, by this time, usually there's no more rain until October. But we've had a lot of rain this year.
We had rain the other day. It rained on and off all day. It wasn't like a downpour, but it was enough for the gardens and that. And they did lift the burn ban. I mean, you weren't even allowed to cook on a grill. Like a charcoal grill or anything.
No
Yeah,
open flames anywhere.
You could do a gas grill, but not like a charcoal one.
This is almost as bad as the summer of 91. I remember that summer well because it rained every dang day. And that was the year I got my motorcycle. And I wasn't able to ride it until about October. And I rode it until snow flew.
I seen a guy the other day riding his motorcycle in the rain.
Oh, Lord, I don't miss those days at all.
I mean, it was nice out. like heat wise, but he was riding his motorcycle in the rain like it was nothing.
I'm not that hardcore. Those raindrops hurt. I didn't have a windshield though, so
Right.
I couldn't ride a bike with a windshield. All that breeze comes back this way and it would blow my hair right in front of my eyes and I couldn't see. You got married in 91? Cool.
I had a baby in 91. Thank you, Robert.
91, I was still in high school. Barely. They hadn't kicked me out yet.
I graduated in 90.
90? 92 here.
I had my first child in 90, second in 91, the third in 94. And I got married in 94.
Yeah, 94 is when I had my first one.
Later, Sam.
And now she's gonna make me a grandpa.
Is that your first?
Yep.
Congrats. I was wondering what that was hanging on there the other night.
You nailed it.
Why is that onesie hanging up there? I got 4 grandbabies.
4 of them?
Yep. The oldest ones are 13. The youngest one is 5.
Now they can't say I drive like an old man. I am one now.
Well, that's right.
It's official now.
Do you know if it's a boy or a girl yet?
Don't know. They just found out, so we haven't even told my dad about it yet. We're waiting, you're supposed to wait a month or something like that to make sure, it sticks.
Everything's official.
Yeah.
How far along is she?
Just barely found out.
Oh. Yep, best to wait till, I'm going to say maybe 6 weeks is the best.
They've been trying for a while. She lives down in San Diego.
And my daughter's new boyfriend,
So
he has a grandson. I think he's going to be 3. But he calls me Gammy too, so. And his son, he calls me Graham too, and I don't treat him any different.
When I was growing up, though, all my friends were way older than I was. I always hung out with a very, very older crowd. I think I only had two friends that were my age. Six grandchildren and four great grandchildren? Cool, Breezy. Yeah, the search engine, it picks up on everything you do. Well, it's how Google works, and Google's part of YouTube. Yeah, it kind of tries to learn your habits to push out everything that you've looked for. Uh, Prime example of that is my uh, Y block series. I searched all over in the search box for Y block stuff, and I couldn't find anything. So I said, "Oh, okay, I'm going to do this video," and I put it out there, thinking, "Hey, nobody's ever done this." As soon as I put that out there, the very next suggestion was a whole bunch of Y block stuff. I was like, "Oh man." But that's just fine because I found a lot of good channels that way. And like you said, Robert, some of it's pretty daggum old. Hey, Dustin,
Hey,
what's
what's
going
up?
on, man?
Oh, I am whipped, but I had a blast.
Where'd you go?
Ugh. Went out with Dennis and Twisted Mopar racing today.
Oh, sweet.
Got all kinds of footage. I picked up like 16 subscribers today.
Sweet.
I got a short 2,000 views, and all it was he was pouring fuel through a rag into his fuel cell because he forgot his funnel with the strainer on it at home, and he was doing that, and that got 2,000 views.
Shorts are just, they're
Oh my
wild.
God, crazy YouTube people. I got a lot of racing footage though. A lot.
Pretty good weather out there today.
It was hot for a little while, but it cooled off. He was on a tear too. He was going rounds, and then the batteries in his race car are like 7 years old, and ended up having like it's like it would read 12 volts, but as soon as it hit the button, it fall down to nothing.
Yeah.
So he's just got to get new batteries. But yeah, this car was doing good. Let me look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, 808 subscribers now. When I was at seven something today. Hold on. How do I get out of that? There we go. And then that short, 1.9K views. And it's literally just us pouring fuel through a rag.
It's always the weirdest, strangest, unthinkable stuff. You can't plan a video like that.
No, and the thing is, it almost makes me upset because it's like, look at all these videos I put all this work into. Even some of the shorts I put a bunch of work into, and they don't get nothing. And pouring fuel through a rag gets 2,000.
But out of that, those people will go back and watch your other stuff too. So
Yeah, I hope so.
It helps.
I mean, I get good views on my long form videos when I put them out. I get enough that I could, like, the 10% rule. I
Yeah,
get well
exactly.
over, I get well over 100 views in the first 24 hours on every video. So me having 1,000 subscriber channel, it's still gonna, YouTube's still gonna see those videos as a success.
Yeah.
Even if I still get the exact same views. So,
And
and then
they'll
I can get
push it.
monetized and make my pennies like everybody else.
Save up enough to buy a wing nut.
Yeah. But yeah, we was listening to you live on the way home.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
We were listening to it in the truck. I guess that track's about an hour away. Man, it's a really nice track too. It's off in the woods, like there's trees all around. It's really neat track. Nice little track.
What was the name of the track?
It's I-57 Dragway in Benton, Illinois. And I think within the last 2 or 3 years, they just spent a whole bunch of money redoing the track and everything. He said that the track itself was smooth, like just perfectly smooth driving down it. So, and it gave me motivation to get back to work on my car. So, because now I want to take my car out there and have fun.
Yeah, I've been
And
out there
sometimes
slugging
you
under
need
mine
that.
all day today.
What's that?
I've been out slugging under mine all day.
I needed to, but I also needed this. I needed a break to go out and do some different car stuff.
I finally got my Go Fast goodie, so yeah.
You gonna
I
get
think I sent you a picture of it.
Are you planning on getting yours to No Name this year, or are you just gonna come out without?
I'm
Oh, okay.
pushing on it. Probably just for the burnout, though. I'm focusing
Well,
on
yeah.
the burnout, and if it's track ready, then I'll if I have time, I'll push it for the track too. But
I think I may have like one or two call outs, and that's all I'm really gonna race. If I get 3 passes down a track, I'll be happy. I don't want to go through all the, because if I'm spending all my time wanting to race and all this, then I ain't gonna have enough time to have fun. Last year I had a blast, and I didn't have a car there.
yeah,
I almost
me
think
too.
it'd been, if I just have my car there sitting there and people walking by, I'll be better off. Have you used that Clip Champ yet?
I tried.
I was messing with it a little bit this morning, and it's got some neat stuff. I think I'm gonna start looking into it. Started making sense to me. But
I
that's
think
like I
my
was
problem
on
with it
Tony's.
is they
Huh?
they're cutting a new road in the mountains just behind me.
Yeah.
And when they started doing that, my internet went to crap. My bandwidth and everything. I don't know what's going on, but I can't. It takes too long for me to load up to Clipchamp.
What kind of internet do you have?
I've got a Cable One. It runs through the cable company.
Oh well, that's usually pretty fast.
It
I
has
didn't want
been
to
up
get
until now.
I didn't want to get cable here, and me and the wife, when we were together, we had that T-Mobile
Uh-huh.
5G. It's a little box that you get, and I just got one, and that's pretty fast internet, and I could take it with me anywhere as long as I could plug it in. Because when we were doing lives out at the shop, I just brought my internet with me. It's
Phone
like this
wise,
year at No Name. Hopefully, I just bring that with me in a generator, and because it's got to plug into the wall. And I want to do a live from No Name. I really do. I want to get a table set up with like 3 microphones on it, and just have people just as they're walking by, if they want to sit down and bullshit for a little while on a live, go ahead.
That's a
That's
good
what
idea.
that's my goal for No Name. Oh man, I'm tired.
Hey, Dust.
What's up? How's it going?
Pretty good.
Did you get to show you didn't show Don his special present yet, did you?
Oh, no, not till the 28th.
We're
Oh,
sworn to
that's a
secrecy.
long time to wait.
Well,
Because I was the one that had the idea for that. I'm glad that I got to see what it looks like. I think it looks really good.
yeah, it
I
does.
think it's going to
It
be
does.
cool. But you never know. He might be lurking in this live. We don't want to say anything.
No, I think he's in bed. But
Oh. Was he out of town?
yeah, he's in West Virginia.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Have you seen
Let's see
that
if I
Bear
can-
Road?
There we
That's
go. I
cool.
caught it this time.
I love that. I think he's really going to like that. And now you guys can get a bunch of stickers made up, and hand your stickers out like everybody else at No Name.
Oh, I did.
That's half the fun, is just handing your stickers out to everybody. You
Yeah,
end up
I
with a
had
big pile when you come home, and then everybody makes a video on all the stickers that they got.
and the guy that made it for me made me one that's 12 by 12.
Mm.
And he wrote on the thing, he threw it in for free. It cost $30
Damn.
if I want another one. And he wrote on "Happy Birthday, Don." He threw it in for Don's birthday.
Well, that's cool. That's Tony, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's good people. That's the thing. I was on his live until 4:30 a.m. Okay. And I was awake about an hour after. I went to bed at 5:30. And I'm old, so I woke up to go to the bathroom at 9, and I look at my phone, and Dennis is like, "Hey, you want to go to the racetrack?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." I'm going on like 4 hours of sleep. But,
Yeah, I ordered them Tuesday
night.
night. I ordered them Tuesday night, and they were supposed to be here today, but they came yesterday.
Yeah, I'm thinking about talking to him about getting me some stickers made, some more. And that's the thing. We were driving because Dennis has got an open trailer. Okay. And at one point, there was a guy on the highway stopped. Well, not really stopped, but just following right along at the trailer, taking pictures of his car. I'm like, if you had a banner or something made with your YouTube channel on it that they could see while you're going down the road, you'd have just picked up at least one subscriber right there. And we had people walking up and taking pictures of the car. You've seen his car, haven't you? BareRose, have you seen Dennis's car?
Yeah. With Twisted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's beautiful. I mean, it looked like a show car. But he had people come and taking pictures. I'm like, man, if you had a banner right there with had a channel logo and had your banner on it, just sitting in the pits, you'd get subscribers. People walk by and subscribe. That was a good thing about this track, too. They had people there. I mean, the stands were packed with people, and there weren't that many cars, but there was a lot of people that came out. Yeah.
That's when it'd be good to have a big one like that, and then have it put on a strong, flexible magnet.
Yeah, that's probably
like
the best way. You just stick it right to the side of the car or to the back of the car or whatever. Even if you don't want, even if you don't want to go down the track with it, you just when you come into the pits, you throw that up there because people walking by look. Oh, YouTube, okay.
And I don't know how it is there, but if you have it on a magnet and you stick it on, it's not considered commercial because then it's removable. But out
they
here,
really don't care.
if you stick it on your door and it's, they'll nail you for, to have commercial insurance.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it's like that. I that's a good idea for this truck project I got. I'd like to get one of those magnets made that I can stick on the side of the truck whenever I'm driving. Because it's going to stand out. I know it is. Well, I think I'm going to jump off here and get some sleep.
Yeah, I
You
don't
look
like.
a little tired there, man.
Oh, I just wanted to come in and say hi.
Yeah, I don't
That's
like
good seeing you.
hide secrets from Don, but this one's gonna be.
Yeah,
It's
I
not a
think he's going
secret.
to love
It's a
it.
surprise.
Yeah, he's going to love it. All right, I'm going to jump off here. I'll talk to you guys later.
Great seeing you, Brian.
See you later, BareRose. See you later, Wendy.
See ya.
Yeah, I probably won't keep it running here too much longer. I'm beat too. Good Lord, I still got grease on my. Yeah.
I even got him this. I'm gonna make cookies for Sykeston. Oh,
What is it?
there's an X in the middle. It's back of a cat's hiney hole. There's a cat's tail and an X. I'm gonna make cookies. In that X, I'm gonna put little Nestle Toll House cookies right in where the butthole's supposed to go.
Oh
Yeah,
man!
it's a cookie cutter.
Oh, that's funny. Where'd you find that?
Timu?
Really?
Yeah. And I have bags and everything. And I'm gonna stick a Hershey Kiss right here, like it's taking a poop. Yeah. He knows about that. Yep, I'm gonna make one-eyed cat Hershey Kiss cookies. I think it's funny.
That's funny.
They'd probably be delicious too. Kitty cat cookie cutter.
Yeah, I think I'll better wind her down now. I'll save about 5 minutes, I think, for my next live so it can go over.
Yeah, I was on last night really late. I didn't get up till 2:00.
Whew.
I knew I had off today, so but I have to work tomorrow, so I can't be on late tonight.
Did I send you a picture, Ari? I went through my phone and all of my contacts, and I was trying to send pictures to everybody. Yeah, she's gonna have a little eye candy up on top now. And I had to send a picture to ASO, see if we get a little rouse out of him. Ah. I'll send you the next preview then. Sorry about that, Ari. Yeah, I've been working on that dang deal since about a month after the first No Name Nationals.
Hey, BareRose, did you see the car that we found? It's an 18 scale that we found at Don's stepdad's house.
That GTO?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the same car that That's the same car like Holy Goat.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gonna let Don shoot it full of holes?
No. I looked it up to see what it's cost. People were selling that car, the exact same color, on YouTube for not YouTube, eBay for $120.
I've seen
Exact
some of
same
those
color and
die
everything.
casts just go crazy.
And the only thing that's missing on this car, it had a wing. Had a wing, but the wing's not there. And then, did you see the red truck we found?
Yeah.
It reminded me of Candy Cane's truck.
That's a cameo.
A cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
like
it
a
was
55, 56 Chevy Cameo.
Yeah, it is a Chevy.
Yep. They had that
It reminded me of Candy Cane's truck.
Corvette style.
And it's metal too, and the door's open.
Uh-huh.
Yep, it reminded me of Candy Cane's truck.
Our old parts house guy, he had one of them. An actual one, same color even. That
It's
was
like,
a
oh,
neat little
this
truck.
ain't going in the dumpster, and neither is that other car.
Oh Lord, yes, it was. Thank God for cousin Mike. He helped me a whole bunch on that transmission.
Hello, Jason.
Good to see you, Jason. But anytime I work on the new stuff now, I hate life. I do not like plastic at all. And fighting that damn EGR valve tube. Ah, ugh.
Turbo Tom's in Ohio.
In Ohio, huh? Dutch
down-
guys. What's going on, guys?
He's down by, well, not down by Jason, but Jason lives in Ohio. And so does Rob.
I need a video editing person for an extra 6 hours every day. I've noticed that a lot of these, channels that really make it, there's a team. There's always somebody doing all of the editing and the YouTube part of it. Like Uncle Tony, he's got Ultra Kathy, and she does all of the editing and getting the videos ready. He just goes out and makes the video.
Right.
I could sure use an Ultra Kathy. And she is a sweetheart. She is one cool gal. She's the one that told me to quit filming this way, turn my camera over.
Yep.
That was way back in the beginning.
Don learned that too.
Yes, I still got that email she sent me long time ago. Don't know if you're watching this, probably not, but Ultra Kathy, thank you. And the funny thing is it came in, the the email came in with Tony's last name. I had no idea he was Tony DeFeo because I used to read his articles all the time as a kid. I, what? Tony DeFeo? That's Uncle Tony? Wow. I never made the connection before.
Yeah, I was over here at the table sewing face mask and all that when COVID came out. And Don was on the computer. He's over here laughing. It's like, what the hell are you watching? He's like, Uncle Tony. Yeah, I'm over there sewing, and Don's over here just a laughing. So then I started watching Uncle Tony.
Just like everything. I don't agree with everything he does, but I watch him.
Not
I watch
everyone
him,
does.
You know.
Nope, not everyone does. I watch them. I don't know. I know stuff about cars, but I ain't gonna build a car. Our old van, a white one that went to the demo derby years ago, that Don gave to his brother in New York. Me and Don put that motor in that car.
I watched that on Facebook back when I was still on Facebook.
Yeah, me and Don put that motor in that white van.
Jason's garage.
Yeah.
When he posted it on there. Or Jason's what was that? What's Jason's Facebook thing called? DIY Auto School Auto something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's where I seen that. Yeah.
Yep, that white van was mine and Don's, and we put that motor. Me and Don put that motor in there. Started tearing it apart on Wednesday. It was all put back together by Sunday, and drivable. And we drove the crap out of that car. And that van was Don's mom's at first, and she gave it to us. All we had to do is pay for the transfer. And we got the motor from a junkyard. It had like 70,000 miles on it. And with the motor, the title transfer, and all that, it was like $400 and some for everything.
In a minivan, that ain't easy.
No.
I used to hate the Windstars. Oh. There for a while, I did like 3 in a row.
Well, Don has my van right now. I have the stepdad's car. Well, my van better come back in one piece.
That was a pretty nice van. That's the one you had there at the No Name, right?
Yep, I love my van.
You was the taxi service.
Yep, I'm John's chauffeur. And I'll be his chauffeur this year, too.
Oh, really? I remember Dave Weiner.
Dave ended up. as a hometown drunk. But I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna make me a sausage, egg, or not sausage, ham, egg, and cheese on English muffin
Oh, that sounds good.
before I go to bed.
Well, Don don't know what he's missing.
No, I already got a small pack of ham because he'd eat it before I get to it. I had some pasta salad earlier, but I'm going to go to bed and get something to eat before I go because I have to work tomorrow. So I'm out of here. Night.
Great seeing you tonight, Wendy.
See ya.
And Don's gonna love that. He's gonna be happier and happy.
I hope so.
And your secret's safe with us.
Okie dokie. Night. Bye.
Yeah, just keep hammering at it as you can, John. The more you put out, the more we watch. And with that, I think we'll go ahead and close her down for tonight. Thanks everybody in the chat for coming in. Everybody that popped in tonight. Hats off to all of yous. And we'll do this again next week. Until then, everybody get out there and get some metal hot. And we'll catch y'all next week. And I promise, I'll get these videos out of these little cards and actually get some content out to you guys. I've been slacking. Thanks again, everybody, for coming out. And we'll catch y'all next week. We'll catch you on the next one.